Nothing is working. Guys, I'm trying to do something and it is not working. And we are live. I believe we are live. Hopefully, this is doing what it's supposed to do. Now, what I'm going to try to do is a couple of things real fast. So bear with me on the playback or anybody just joining. As the title says, Rolly Romero beats Tank Davis, changed my mind. So we're gonna do a open platform panel. If people actually join, I'm not gonna be on for too long, as I cannot be on for too long. But we're gonna try to do a real quick stream, and hopefully people will join real quick. I really need to get better at doing these like in advance and leaving up the reminder for some time. What's going on, JD Boxing in the building? How you doing? Um, I'm trying to work on a couple of things before we really get into the meat and bones of this video. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be wanting to do what I wanted to do. So, like, for instance, when I look at my channel on YouTube, it does not show me live. Not at all. What's going on, AJ? Jump on the panel. You already know. Get up here. Jump up here. I'm trying to set a couple of things up real fast if it'll let me do it. I don't know that it will, but we are trying to do a few things really, really, really fast. You serious? I knew people would be joining with the title. Tony, I think Rolly might actually do it. Had a premonition this morning while drinking a full throttle. You know it's real when the energy drink is telling you, hey, hit the thumbs up real fast, guys, while I try to work on this. I'm trying to see if possible, can I tag this video? Because it's not really allowing me to tag it. So I'm trying my best to do something with it. Like I said, jump on the panel. Hold on, we got somebody in the background. He's in the background. What's good?
Ah,
What's up? What's up, AJ?
what's cracking, Tony? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Hold on, let me read this by David Cracked. He said, Rolly too big for Tank. Tank might do a lot of holding tonight. Let me know what round Rolly going to clip him. I'm trying in the background right now, AJ, to tag this video, although it
Yeah.
is not popping up. So it's not populating on my YouTube to even allow me to tag it. Sometimes it does this, and I don't know why. Because like you really don't get no views unless you can tag your video
Yeah,
because
right.
it doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
put out there. And again, every time I do live on StreamYard, it never lets me tag it, which is trash. And it also puts it in entertainment instead of sports under the category, which is even more trash. Straight dumpster juice. But anyways, so what you think about tonight? Who you got winning?
um, Tank.
It took no thought. Tank.
Wow, you have you got Rolly? That what I'm hearing. That what I'm deciphering from this whole. Because
Oh man.
if that's true, I just got a couple of questions for you. Um, who is your dealer, and what's
Oh,
the type of shit I could buy off him?
oh shit. Well, my dealer, he's from Colombia, and it
All
comes
right,
pure straight off the boat.
got it. What strain of weeds does he sell? Is it how long? How long has Rolly been a hype job? Is that the new strain he's selling? Or
So let me ask you this: on a
yo,
real question, do you
uh,
actually think Rolly is a hype job? Because I don't.
well, what he does, I mean, like I think, I mean, what kind of comes to mind for me, it's like I don't really rate him if I'm being honest. I mean, but it's like he does have he's effective in some areas. Like he's very awkward, uh, and he kind of uses that awkwardness to his advantage. I kind of saw that in the Yigit fight, even though it was a fight that I hated watching. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
because he just tons of roughhouse tactics, all this kind of stuff. But he was somehow just effective in his whole just weird aggression in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was just kind of steamrolling his way through the fight, and just I kind of Yigit didn't really have any punching power, didn't really have anything to bother really with. But yeah, I mean the punching power, I think he's got that. I'm just wondering who could really punch harder at him and Tank, because one fight I saw his like he actually split a guy's lip when he knocked him down, and that was nasty, So,
Yeah.
but I mean, um, the hype job talk, I was just messing around, but like I really don't know how good he is. That's all I'll say for the most part. I mean, I haven't even really seen too much of his fights, but I don't really rate him that much if I'm being honest. It's just he's just so weird looking. I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna get chinned. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as he steps up against anybody decent in the top 10 or the top 5 of the lightweight division, you know what I mean?
So who would you say his greatest win was? Was it be Sparrow?
Yeah, I would say it's Jackson Arenas, but he didn't really win that fight. So, but
No, he lost.
but
Well, he should have
yeah,
lost. Well, I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
mean, but
I say that. Go ahead.
no, you good. What you say?
I was just saying that I would say that he lost that fight, but I never rewatched it. So there's a possibility maybe he won that fight upon a rewatch.
Yeah, I like to rewatch it myself just to get another look at it.
Thought he
Because yeah, but it's funny because like it just shows because I was on a space and Julius Frankie, he was just saying how like the difference in class because like that same Jackson Marinas went in there with Richard Coleman, we all saw what happened, didn't we? you know, I mean,
yeah, he got
Comey
sparked.
really took no time. Yeah, Comey really took no time in getting rid of him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and that's why we were just saying like if Rolly steps up against one of these guys, we're going to see the full difference in class and the elite ability. So.
I'm listening
But
to you.
he is a big guy. I think he walks around like at a large weight because I think at one point when he said he was going to start his OnlyFans, I think he got on the scales and he was like in the 180s and 190s,
Yeah,
and that shocked me. I'm like, the hell is he doing fighting a lightweight then? Jesus Christ!
that's what I to tell people that all the time. Like, so like the thing is that frustrates me is people try to say that Mario Barrios is bigger than Rolly Romero. And I
Mhm.
tell people all the time, no, he's not, because there's no way possible. I do not believe there's any way possible that Rolly could make. Hold on one second. I'm trying to tell that he
Well, no,
could make
yeah.
122 pounds. I
Uh,
just there's no way. There's no way he makes 122 pounds.
I
It's
mean,
impossible.
see, to me, it's like if a guy starts at a lower weight class,
Mm-hmm.
like if he starts fighting at a lower weight class, like and they move up the weights over the years or just whatever throughout their career, like let's just say like they fight and become like a dominant champion on weight. Well, okay, I'm gonna look at that guy like okay, well let's just say like somebody starts off at I don't know 140 pounds or lightweight, right, and they go all the way up to like light middleweight or middleweight, and they become
Right.
dominant there. I'm gonna be like okay, well even though he's a champion and he's reigned there for years, he's really not a middleweight or a light middleweight because he started his career at a lighter weight class.
Right. And I
And
agree.
that's just what sticks out in my mind. You know what I mean?
And that's I agree with that a lot. And a lot of people like to disagree because my thing is this. I don't care where you move up to, right? Because you can move up and you can acclimate to a bigger size as you was just saying, right? However, the problem is you're moving up with time. Now, like I said, you can acclimate to the bigger size, but at the end of the day, your natural size, your natural weight is going to be close to where they began. And what I mean by that is in boxing terms, right? Your natural weight class is probably going to be somewhere between 3 to 5 weight classes lighter than where you walk around. But like you said, Rolly got on the scale 180, 190 pounds. There's no way a guy 180, 190 could ever make 122. He's naturally bigger. He could if he was smaller, say he walked around at 160, then he would have started at 122. That's where I get my how big they are naturally from, where they start at. That's a good gauge because it tells us what is the possible smallest amount that they could come in at. That's normally where they start at. Because in boxing, they don't like Mike Tyson style fighters. They don't like Canelo Alvarez fighters. In boxing, most trainers, most coaches want you as skinny and as long as possible in whatever weight class you fall into. So they're going to get you as small as they can, and that's where you're going to fight at for your first weight class. So that tells me how small Mario Barrios actually is. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I think Rolly's way bigger.
Because I mean,
Way bigger.
because take like Lomachenko for instance, right? Like even though he's been at lightweight for years, he's not a lightweight.
Right.
He's not. He's not a 135 pattern. He said that several times himself. So I mean,
I
so it's like every time he gets out there, he's kind of testing the waters a bit. You know, he could lose. You know, I mean, I'm not. I mean, he's been dominant so far, and mostly all his fights are lightweight. But you know, it's still kind of a a risk. You know what I mean? Like let's just say he goes up to like 140, he'll get smoked. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you, and this is the
Yeah,
thing. Let me hit these chats real fast, and I'm gonna get right to that because I agree with
yeah,
you
good.
100%. I'm about to make a point. Who was a
Yeah, good.
competitor of his with Lomachenko? Let me see. I think Tony. I think Rolly might actually do it. Oh, I already read that. Okay, Rolly too big. Read that. Let me know what round I read that. I have no idea. I think it goes to decision, but I think Rolly will probably hurt Tank. Let's see. Rolly is going to bring a lot of physicality. I agree 100%. Big boxing night. 100. Ronald was good in the chat. Not much was good with you. JD Boxing. I also think Tank has regressed in ability to the point where he's not used to someone punching back. Rolly ain't scared. I'm going to touch on that, JD. That's a very good point, and I've got a quote where I quote myself for that point right here.
I know what that
And
quote
I'll get to
is.
that in one second.
I know what that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it in one
Yeah.
second. Rolly has to keep his head off the line. Also, intriguing matchup was good. Charles D was good. UGC Flame. Like I said, there is a link in the chat if y'all want to jump on the panel and change my mind.
Just
So let's say this real
Tony.
fast.
Oh, go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say because I'm not gonna forget.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's like I just want to make a point because, like, I mean, yeah, on paper, like just my mind is telling me Tank should win this fight. I mean, but honestly, if Rolly does win, it wouldn't really shock me because, like, I'll explain why. Because what has Tank been doing since he beat Pedraza? Like,
Nothing.
who has he been fighting?
You know what he's been fighting? Payday, paydays,
Thank you. And
payday.
that's my point. So like on paper, yeah, he should win. He should have the skill set. He should have to do something. But let's like he gets out there, he goes to business with Isaac Cruz, right? Isaac Cruz got him on the back foot all night. Before that, he knocked over an overmatched Leo Santa Cruz, who pretty much moved up and was a small guy anyway, and
Took
was touching him up quite a bit before he got clipped. Then before that, the Cuellar, Nunez, like who the fuck were these guys? Like I mean, like so it's like he's done nothing really since beating Pedraza, and go ahead, say your famous quote. I would quote you, but go ahead. I
All
know
right.
what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna hop on camera, so I'm gonna get off the cell phone. Hold on one second. I'm gonna set this up. I'll be right back. So I'm gonna hop off, and I'm gonna be right back.
Do you think?
All right, we should be on camera.
Got you. I see you. Yes.
All right, let me turn you down because you're loud. Ooh, that's loud. All right, so cool. We'll be on
Rocking
the
the Nike
laptop
shirt.
on the computer. As you can tell, I'm out of town. There's a freaky deaky sex mask behind me. Don't ask about it. But anyways, moving past that. Moving past that. Look here. Here's what I'm gonna say. Back to what you were saying, AJ, to touch on your point first, then I'm gonna get to JD's point. So here's what I look at. Like you said, Lomachenko looked like the Matrix at 126 pounds. He looked like the Matrix at 100. I don't quite like how this is like offset. I'm trying to center myself. He looked like the Matrix even at 130 pounds. But once he moved up to 135 and he was fighting Luke Campbell, Linares, that Matrix didn't look like the Matrix anymore. It looked like he started fighting Agent Smith and the other agents. He started looking more human, more normal. And that's the thing. With Tank, we've seen it. You said Leo Santa Cruz. Leo actually came up, and it took him 6 rounds to get him out. You got Gamboa, who blew out his Achilles tendon in the 2nd round. It took him 12 rounds to get him out of there. Then let's just go to his last fight against Cruz. He couldn't get him out of there. People said he broke his hand. Tank came out and said, nah, my hand wasn't broke. It just was hurt. So that dispels the broken hand narrative.
Well,
So
that's
he
if he's
didn't even
telling the
have a
truth. That's if he's
broken
telling the
hand.
truth. If he's telling the truth.
Well, I believe he would be telling the truth about having a hurt hand versus a broken hand because it sounds better to say I had a broken hand versus a hurt hand.
But Tony, just to add right quick to your point where you were talking about like Linares, right? He started at lighter weights before he became dominant at lightweight himself. But
Right.
then I remember he had a fight at 140. I forgot the guy's name who he fought, but he had several losses, and he got smoked. Like in just one round, he got fucked up so bad. I mean, like dropped several times and stopped in the first round. But then right after that, what he go? What he go after that? Back to 135.
Yep. What's good, Kelvin? Yep, right back. And to JD's point, real fast, and you're right. And my thing is this too: like a lot of the guys that Tank have knocked out, like Barrios, they're all starting at 122 slash 126 pounds, moving up. That's what they all are. They're 122ers who have moved up, or 126ers who's moved up. And Pedraza, like you said, was his last great win. Now, with that being said, to JD's point, here's what I've been saying. Here's what I've been saying. When you constantly fight low opposition, eventually you become low opposition. And I believe that's what's happened with Tank Davis. I do believe he's regressed. I think when he beat Pedraza, there was no roof. There was no ceiling for him. The skies, fuck that. The space was the limit. Like he could go anywhere. The moon, past it, Mars, Venus, wherever, Pluto, which they say is no longer a planet, even though I disagree. But I digress. The point is this. He had so much potential, and I believe Floyd Mayweather held him back. Now, with that being said, it may not have been Mayweather, because whenever Mayweather wanted him to fight Lomachenko, he came out with a statement talking about, they're setting me up. They're setting me up. I'm being set up. What's going on, Knockout? I see you in the chat. I'm gonna get to these. I'm gonna change your mind. I just want so Knockout. Let me come to this real fast, and I'll get to the comments in order. So we already have a bet out there for the Haney Kambosos one for 100 push-ups. I'm picking Kambosos. Now for this fight right here, do I want to put 100 push-ups on it? I don't know. I'll let you know when I get back to this comment. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second.
I wandered to LA, hoping to explore. Little did I know I find a little more. Love at my hotel room door. From the back to the hotel room floor. Sorry, Tony, try to sing a song right quick. Hope you don't mind.
I heard you in the background singing. I couldn't hear what you were singing because I had my sound
Oh.
down low, but I heard you singing. Hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me now invite people to the chat. Let me do this. Let me come back to the phone so I can put a link back out this. And I'm gonna have to jump on StreamYard again on the phone this time just to do it. But let me get to these comments real fast. Kelvin, what's good? I saw that. Rolly ain't scared. He can take shots. That's the point I'm getting to. Shout out to him. Rolly, bold prediction night for the masses made the best gladiator win. Tank, you a liar. Talking about the broke hand not being broke. How long was Mario said? Mario Barrios said 140. I don't really care because he wasn't really a 140 fighter. He never beat no. Look, just because you go up to a weight class and you beat a bunch of tomato cans doesn't mean you're actually a 140-pound fighter. Put him in there with Regis Prograis. Put him in there with Ramirez. Put him in there with Josh Taylor. Put him in there with Catterall. Put him in there with Barboza.
Montana
Put him
Love.
in there with a real 140-pound fighter and watch what happens to him. He's going to get beat up like he did against Thurman. He's a gatekeeper. He's the youngest gatekeeper in boxing history, and he will go into the Hall of Shame, I guess. Wouldn't really be fame, more like shame, but he will be known as the youngest gatekeeper in boxing history.
That's probably one of them. Like that's like one fight that comes to mind that literally made no sense to me. Like Thurman Barrios, like zero. It's like why, what does it prove if what does it prove if Thurman beats this guy? I know it's a gimme, but it's like still he could have found somebody else. Really could have. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's a natural 147 pounder. A Josecito Lopez rematch would have been right there for him. They could have dug up Andre Berto, Victor Ortiz, somebody. You know what I'm saying?
He said dug him up. No, not dug him up from the grave.
No, that's not what I mean. Just from retirement or just wherever he's at. You know what I mean? So yeah,
right. Let me. I'm about to drop this link in the chat real fast, and then I'll get off the cell phone. For whatever reason, it's not doing it on the computer. It's like bugging out. And I'm gonna get back to the comments. because I see knockouts right below me. Let me make sure this doesn't jump on. Turn this off. Do this. Oh shit. Ooh, that sounds bad.
Sounds like a pin dropping or something.
Yeah, it's about to go away. All right. There we go. So there's the link in the chat right here. Knockout, you're more than welcome to jump on or whoever else. So let's get to this 100 push-up challenge. So he wants this is right here. Would I put money on Rolly beating Tank? That is the question. And this is what the chat is here for people to bring me back to reality. Say, no, Tony's reviews. You're crazy. You're crazy. Don't do it. Don't believe in Rolly. See, this is the thing. Should I take a dumb bet? Because this is a dumb bet. Because we've never seen Rolly step up. We have seen Tank fight Pedraza. We have seen him fight ex-world champions. But by far, competition-wise, it's a bigger step up for Rolly than it is for Tank. My mic's still working. We good?
Yep, you good. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so by far, this is a bigger step up for Rolly than it is for Tank. But it's a big man fighting a little man. But I will say this. When I saw their face-off at the weigh-in, they looked the same height. Did you notice that, AJ?
I did. I mean, like they got. I mean, I think like they had a face-off at one press conference before, and I think Tank was wearing platform shoes or lifts. One of them was wearing. I mean, that's the only way I could explain it. If I'm being honest, I mean, they probably
it
got
wasn't Tank.
Not the
yeah. I'm telling you, Tank couldn't have been in lifts because at the weigh-in he was in slides. So
you're right.
That's real height.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. I mean, like the platform shoes, they just there's some height discrepancies going on, but it's something.
Yeah, I don't think Rolly's 5'8" because we know Tank's like 5'4" in real life. So there's no way Rolly's 5'8".
But either way, I'm honestly, I mean, just as far as my just to continue on my prediction, I mean, just I honestly really don't care who wins if I'm being honest. I mean, but it's just somebody's getting exposed tonight. That's just what's going to be hilarious, and I can't wait till tomorrow morning to to find out who. But hey, man, if Rolly shocks the world, it's going to be even more hilarious because, like, because it's funny because Take said something at the press conference that kind of caught my eye. He said that he said Rolly's not really an aqua fighter; he's just a dumbass fighter. And I'm like, okay, so if you actually believe that, then if you win, you beat a dumbass, and if you lose, well, you got beat by a dumbass, and that makes it even worse. So,
I mean, but the thing about it is, again, like we said with the Lomachenko, when you go up, it changes. Like, especially when you're a knockout artist, because the bigger the guys are you're fighting, your power doesn't tend to always transcend weight class.
Carry, or just you start like the better your skill your skill level gets, the knockouts stop coming. Like you may start going the distance, you may stop. It's not the same. Hence why Keith hasn't knocked anybody out in like 10 years.
So, it's because he lost his hair. That's why Keith ain't done nothing.
He needs to do something about that fucking hair, man. I swear, he looks like, seriously, he looks like, I said, if I ever saw him walking down the street, I might call the police and tell him he's trying to snatch up a child or something. Like, I mean.
No, not the white van. Not the white van.
I'm sorry, that's how his hair looks, man. He looks like a creepy uncle. He really does.
All right, hold on. Let me get to the comments real fast, and we'll get back to this. He had the Reggie belt, but unknown. I don't count the baby belts, Ronald, because here's the thing. You cannot say Tank or Mario Barrios at the time was a champion when we had an undisputed champion. That's the problem. Josh Taylor was already undisputed. So we can't say Mario Barrios was a champion because he really wasn't. It doesn't really matter. Like, that strap was just a trinket. It was just let me pay these sanctioning fees for no reason and make the WBA rich off of me because it's not a real title. Like, it's just holds no weight.
Tony, if I could just interject just right quick,
Go ahead.
It's funny like this. You got Showtime gaslighting the public and trying to and doing a con job, like actually promoting these fights like actual world title fights. Well, I mean, because we got actual champs sitting here in the weight class. These guys are fighting for Reggie, baby Mickey Mouse belts, all this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, also lightweight title fight. This ain't no damn lightweight title fight. The fight next week, that's an actual title fight. Fall the marbles. You know what I'm saying?
My dude, not the like.
I mean, they're
switch
actually calling.
topic, but
Oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
how my hair is laying with this gel in it, it looked like somebody took some clippers and did a line. Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what's going on. Like how the light's reflecting, you could tell there's no balding here. You see the hairline, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, it's like a cut. Like it's just laying weird. Anyways, but yeah, I hear you.
No,
Retro belts.
yeah, because like I mean, they're even I think even in one Alexis, they're actually calling Tank a 3 division champion, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's the problem. 3 illegitimate belts. Like they don't really matter. They don't really count.
They don't. I mean,
Let's see.
he beat a Shot Gambo one leg. They get the Reg G belt for 135, and he beat
Right.
Barrios at 140. Who
Who
wasn't
fought
even the best
nobody?
guy. Who fought nobody. Who wasn't even the best guy there. Who fought no one himself. So like, I mean, what are we really doing here?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And if you put Mario Barrios in there with any top 140, like I said earlier, he gets knocked out. As far as do I think Rolly will be weight drained? No, I don't think he's going to be weight drained because he's had several fights at 135. Barrios fought at lightweight. I know. Brought that up. Let me see. Knockout said, gosh damn. I got to run, bro. Just let me know by dropping a comment on one of my videos before the fight. I like that product placement. I know you good for it, homie. Yeah, you already know. I pay my dollar bets and I pay my push-up bets. Let me see. Fought Tank at 40 and Thurman he's talking about Barrios at 147. Tank should be fighting the real boxers of Branchek or Zapata.
Branchek is done. He's done. I think yeah. Hold on, peeps. We'll be right back.
And we're coming back. Okay, so anyways, my bad. My
You good?
bad. So let
That
me see here. Tank should be fighting the real boxers like Branchek or Zapata if he is the monster like they say, but I know that's not Tank level. He is a finesse boxer who cherry picks. I wouldn't
yeah,
say
but I
he's
mean,
very
yeah, but Branchek is shot.
finesse.
Yeah, Branchek is shot though. He shot. Would you agree, Tony?
Yeah, because how he lost to Montana Love.
Yeah. And
Wasn't
they
it
told me he
Branchek
should
that got
probably
knocked out by
he should
Love?
probably take. It was that was his last fight, and after that I'm like he should
Yeah.
probably take some time off or maybe hang him up for a while. Or yeah, so hang him up and take some time off for a while.
That
Not
would be a
fight.
good
Yeah.
fight for Tank. Well, no, because
It would
that's
be. Well, I mean,
yeah.
because Branchek's not what he was. I mean, it's like if Tank won, it probably wouldn't be surprising. You know what I mean? I'd probbe be favoring taking that fight if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
just
don't
like
think he's got
it,
punch resistant
it,
anymore.
yeah, if Branchek was fresher, then then it'd be it'd be a good test, but not anymore.
He said there is nobody challenging themselves like Lomachenko. I disagree. I think Devin Haney, or not Devin Haney. Well, Devin Haney too. Yes, Devin Haney. But I think George Kambosos is challenging himself. He was going for Lomachenko before Loma couldn't make the fight because of what's going on in the Ukraine. And then also he went straight for Devin Haney right after that fight fell through. And before that, he fought Teofimo Lopez.
Yep.
So I think he's challenging himself. I think Devin Haney's challenging himself. But at 135, definitely not Ryan Garcia. Definitely not
Yeah,
Tank.
it's funny. It's sad because like 135 is such a talent rich weight class. Where you got like a lot of top guys that could be fighting each other like 140, but they're not happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Let me get through these real fast. Devin
But
is trying. I agree. Charles Lee just said that. Yo, Barber Heart garbage, Tony. He said my Barber Heart. No, man,
oh
it's
shit.
gel. It's gel, and it's hot. So it like ran out, and it's late in the day. That's all it is. My hair was sticking up earlier. Now it's kind of like falling down. Let's see here. This fight should go 12. Zapata KO was vicious. Yeah, I think Zepeda would probably beat Tank Davis, and it would be
Oh yeah, I
brutal
agree.
because he would be
I
on
agree.
him worse than Cruz.
Well, see, the
Let's
thing
see.
about
Sunday
Zapata
is
is
going
like,
to be.
good.
Go ahead.
I know I'm saying like, see, the thing about Zapata is like, what I've noticed about him, if you force him to fight, he'll fight back and like he'll knock you out because that's what he was saying during the Baranchik fight. Because like he's the type of guy that'll probably like like to take it easy and maybe just win on points if he could. But like if you actually
Right.
force him to fight, he'll fight back. Then that's the greater chance of the fight and then the knockout. And that's what he was saying in the Baranchik fight. Because I remember he was
Unless
like, yeah.
uh, unless you talk shit to him like Vargas did, then he just comes at
Yes,
you
that's
full
right. That's
steam.
right. Oh yeah, I
Man,
forgot about
Vargas, man, he got knocked out like a fight night character. Like he just got walked down in the corner.
Oh God. Oh man. Let me ask you this, Tony. While I'm on the subject, right quick, just right quick. Okay, so like last year, I put out a like a little poll on Twitter. Like it was like, who got the biggest slice of humble pie last year? All right, out of these people, Caleb Plant, Deontay Wilder, Teofimo Lopez, or Josue Vargas. And and now before I get your answer, it was actually a tie. Most people chose Teofimo Lopez and Josue Vargas. Now, who do you think it was?
Vargas by far, because
Okay.
The difference in Tio and Vargas was Tio actually did something. He actually beat Comey. He actually beat opponents. But Vargas did absolutely nothing in the division to be talking like he was talking. And his first step up fight to get beat up that bad. Oh
In the first
man,
round. I mean, like, oh
first
my
round.
God, just oh man, that's like epic highlight reel stuff right there. Like that's just
He'll
hilarious.
never come back. Like
Nah,
he'll
nah. I
never.
mean, in his next fight, he was dropped twice and barely won on
I
points. I
know,
think. Yeah. So I think he's like, I don't know, man. Yeah. He might
but
be. It
he's
might. Yeah.
just like. So let me give an example, right? Canelo versus Mayweather, right? We watched Canelo get highly outclassed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he went all 12 rounds and he never stopped fighting, okay?
Yeah.
But when you step up for the first time to the elite level and you get blazed in the first round, go ahead and hang them gloves up. You're not built for this sport. Like
And
you,
and,
you're
and, and
not
this
gonna.
this is what I was saying. Like I was saying, like if Canelo probably got knocked out or beat up, like worse than he did, like, because Mayweather just pretty much outclassed him. That's all he did.
Yeah, he embarrassed
I
him,
mean,
but that was all it
but like
was.
if he knocked him out or beat him up badly, then that probably would have put a dent in Canelo's confidence, maybe even worse than So, but I mean, but we
Well,
never know. We never know. I mean, it depends.
well, my point is this: with Canelo, right? We watched him get schooled, but that's all that happened. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
welcome to the classroom. You're sitting in the back. You're the class clown, and you're failing really bad. Like
Yeah,
that's
like
all it
classes in
was.
session.
School's in session.
Let me teach you some shit. Schools in session,
Right,
classes in
right.
session. Yeah,
You could tell just Mayweather was too good for him, but it wasn't to the point of where you thought Canelo could never be anything because even though he was getting schooled, he was still trying to make it competitive, even though it really wasn't. He was still trying. He was still fighting through it. You could see that he was trying to think. He was just too many steps behind Mayweather's boxing IQ. With Zepeda, that dude just walked into a shot and then just got battered right after he got up. Like the dude is trash. Like I don't know
yeah.
why I said Zepeda. I meant Vargas fighting Zepeda, but yeah, like there's nothing. There's no saving grace there for him. There's nothing there. Like he's going to lose 100 out of 100 times at any elite level. Like he might as well and he's already tall and skinny. They might as well drop him down a weight class and just see if he can survive there because he can't survive where he's at, and he
No,
can't
no,
go up.
nope.
So let me get to these comments real fast. I'm gonna
You
clean
go ahead.
them out, and then we'll go right back to it. Sunday is going to be funny, provided Tank loses, and the boxing world who needs this laugh. Yo, it's gonna be bad, and I'm gonna feel bad for Tank because I really want Tank to win. I like Tank. I like Tank Davis. I think a lot of people make fun of Tank because he's not the best talker. But to me, I think he gets nervous on stage, and I think he gets nervous with all the lights. He looks uneasy, and he Mayweather did all the talking for him while he was on the come up. He's just not a wordsmith. But if you listen to him talk, I like the things he says. I like his attitude. I just like him. I want him to win. I just don't know that he can. Okay, he said, "What about Jack Catterall for Tank?" I brought that up earlier. Kevin, you missed it. Reynolds said exactly. I think William Zepeda could actually overwhelm Ryan if they fought. I don't know. I don't know. Ryan Garcia. If you're a come forward fighter against Ryan Garcia, that left hook is deadly. Like people are going off his last fight against the GOAT, but it's very hard to knock somebody out who runs from you the whole fight. Let me see. One of the best fights, 2021, Zepeda versus Baranchek. Vargas let me down, shaking my head. Water had two slices. Damn, Charles D. Tank could be a Vargas tonight. I hope not. That would be real bad. First round. If Rolly knocks him out in the first round like he said he would, oh my goodness. That's horrible. I don't even know where you go.
Yeah, honestly, like that's like he might have to go into hiding for a while, man. Like that's bad.
Oh no. Are we back? Okay, we back.
You back? Yeah, you were buffing a little bit.
Oh, hold on. We got to get through these chats. Let's see. Charles D. Water be back on his being cheated game. Let me see. Does Rolly the face of boxing? Rolly, a new star born tonight. He said borns with an S. That means he's gonna knock Tank out twice. He's gonna hit him so hard he's gonna bounce up and he's gonna hit him again. Born twice tonight. I don't know how one individual can be born twice, but he's gonna be borns tonight. Strong ass. If he goes out in the first round, I'll shave my eyebrows. Charles D back to shaving his eyebrows, bruh.
Man, I mean, all I know is this. All I know is this. Though, like whatever happens, it's gonna be funny as hell. That's all I know. Like I just can't wait to laugh because, like this press conference about it didn't entice me to buy it. I'm still gonna watch it regardless. I mean, I was because like I just it's just the intrigueness. I mean, just the curiosity of this fight just piqued my interest too much, and it's like I got to see what happens. I really just got to see what happens.
So here's my question for you. We know Rolly got outboxed, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never watched it back, so I don't know who actually won that fight. We know what Comey did. But so I'm trying to think. Because bringing up the Sparrow fight, who I said may have been Rolly's best actual win. In that fight, I watched him get low blowed so much that the ref took 2 points away for low blows, right? And he was never hurt. Has Rolly ever been hurt? I know he's never been dropped. Has he ever been hurt?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. I know he's got hit and stunned, but like I wouldn't say maybe hurt, So because he's
Who's
but then again, like I think well like stunned, I mean like he I think he was hit like when I mean stunned, I don't mean like hurt, just like kind of like hit heavy, but not like really hurt. Maybe like just like a punch maybe stopped him in his tracks. I think actually that was in the Sparrow fight, if I'm being honest. Because he was doing one of his clubbing shots, and I think Sparrow caught him, but I don't think it hurt really too much. He just went back to just clubbing and making that dumb noise he does.
I don't remember Sparrow hurting him.
No. I don't think Sparrow hurt him. I think Sparrow caught him with one, and like it kind of, but it just kind of.
Bro, all I'm gonna see is me.
Good.
I'm gonna tell you right now, AJ. If I officially pick Rolly to win and he wins, I think I'm gonna go buy a mink coat and I'm gonna just walk around with that shit in 100-degree weather and this Georgia heat. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I'll tell you what you can do. Like,
I think I'm gonna just go buy a mink coat. I'm gonna get on the Rolly Romero's bandwagon. If he does,
if he wins, you gotta come back to Twitter. Come back to Twitter if he wins. Come back to Twitter.
Come back to Twitter? All right,
Twitter, yeah.
I'll do that. I'll jump on Twitter. Because I made a Twitter, I just never used it.
I'm
gonna have to figure out how to use it. Because Twitter's not like...
Oh yeah, no, it's not easy. It's not hard. I mean, it's pretty simple.
But what I'm saying is Twitter's different.
No, I know. I mean, like I thought I would have trouble using it myself,
but it's not. Where you just think.
No.
I Twitter. I've already got my name reserved.
Yeah. I even looked it up. I found it.
I have to go back
you got
to
it.
Twitter
I was going to subscribe. Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna. I think I don't know if I followed you, but I saw how you don't really use it, but like it's not really that hard to figure out because like once I joined, it was pretty simple to figure out in like maybe a day. It wasn't that hard. So
You talking about Twitter?
yeah, Twitter. Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's pretty simple. I mean, all you do is just
Or we
it's just
talking
like
about
it's like a timeline of like I mean like it's like a timeline of messages you could choose to follow people. Though they could choose to follow you back, and whatever they post and when you post, it's like a long like line of like past posts and current posts and stuff like that. It could be just of articles, like just the
right?
messages, gifts, tweets, pictures, like whatever. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, and it's a good way to just keep updated on information too, in case you don't know nothing as well. 'Cause that's how I usually stay updated with some stuff too. So that's how I found out Ray Liotta passed away. R.I.P. to him. So
So I started a IG, but I just never did anything with it
got you, got you.
for this channel. Like I used to have an IG that had a whole lot of fucking followers, but
I don't have IG. I just got Twitter. I mean, I'm just good with that for now. So
yeah. Like I said, I got Twitter, and if you follow me, I think I might have posted like one or two posts and then never did it again. Just
yeah,
that's
matter of
all.
fact, you may I'll follow you on Twitter now. Let me see Tony's reviews. Let me type you in. Let me see if I can find you.
Rolly got out by easy against
Oh
Marinas.
yeah,
Well, we know we talked about that, and then Comey knocked him out. But the thing about it is I need to rewatch that fight to see who actually won. But I will say this: Rolly can box from the outside. He just he looks goofy as hell because he does this leaping left hook when he jumps in. Like it looks goofy as hell. Not the mink coat. You already know, boxing god, the mink coat. Twitter changed a lot. I be thinking the boxers be at me, but if you follow now, you get direct notifications from them. Okay, well, I have to check out Twitter, but I heard Twitter's like falling apart. Elon was gonna buy it, then he found out Twitter was run by a whole bunch of bots, and because of that, now he's not gonna buy it. So I don't know. Twitter might not even be around for the next 2 years.
well, if it isn't, we'll just find something else. I'm gonna be tripping. I mean, I was off it for this long. I just joined like late last year myself, so I haven't even really been on it that
Yeah,
long. So yeah, so I survived before without it. Before I will survive without it this time if they take it down.
but let me hear your prediction, though, AJ. How does this fight go? Who wins? Let's hear
Oh
it.
God, Jesus.
Change my
Okay.
mind.
All right. Well, if this fight lasts longer than 5 rounds, it may go the distance. I see that. It's hard to gauge because both guys are so like I mean because I don't know man. I mean, because I'm trying to play it out in my mind, and it's like all right, first round maybe they feel each other out a bit. Rolly tries to maybe rush in and hit Tank with one. Maybe he tries to make his first round knockout prediction come true, but in doing so, he could run into a counter from Tank if he's not careful. You know what I mean? And depending on whether or not what happens in the first round, maybe the second round could go the same way. And I just see Tank just slowly maybe pacing himself, taking his time, looking to time Rolly, maybe land some counters on him with some good shots. I can see him going to his body, and I just don't see Rolly really doing anything but looking to land that lucky punch. And like the more and more he does that, the more he's gonna expose himself to possibly get knocked out. That's just kind of how I see it going. And if Tank doesn't finish this fight, or if this goes the distance, then it's a pretty damning indictment. You know what I mean? If it does go the distance, because like this fight should not go the distance. It really shouldn't. I mean, I'm expecting somebody to get knocked out or at least dropped. I mean, I think Tank's never been down himself, right? I mean,
No, neither one.
okay, got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
neither
like,
one's been dropped.
I'm not expecting this fight to go past maybe 5 or 6 rounds.
Trying to see something. Oh, look at this! I got where I can tag the video.
Nice.
I'm not gonna tag it though because I'm not gonna
By
be
the
on
way,
much longer.
I found your Twitter. Are you in like a black muscle shirt with a great beanie?
Maybe, probably.
Okay. It's kind of like you're smiling. a little bit. The photo looks like you. So yeah, I don't know if it's an old photo or what, but yeah, I found you on Twitter. Maybe I followed you, so
Let me go. Let me go. Let me see, y'all. Let me just see if
Oh,
I can do.
I'm already following you. Okay, I thought I didn't. Okay. Oh yeah, I
Let me
followed you.
do this. Yeah, I haven't been on it since I created it.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay, so
wait, hold on. Let me do Twitter at Tony's Reviews. I don't know how it's spelled. If it has the apostrophe.
yeah, it said the last video you posted was back in April of 2020.
Is there apostrophe where my S is?
No, just Tony's Reviews, all one word, no apostrophes, nothing.
Okay.
Try at Tony's reviews. Yeah. So
Yeah, I did. I typed in Twitter at Tony's Reviews, and on my Google search, it's not coming up. But that's probably because I never use it.
go to Twitter itself. Go to the website itself and look it up. I mean, see if you can find it. Are you logged into Twitter already, or you got to log
No,
in?
no, no. I'm just
Yeah, okay.
Google
Okay.
searching.
I got you. Okay.
It doesn't come up for me. But it probably is. Back before I was getting injury after injury and had my way. What's going on, Caps? I ain't seen you in a minute. Caps and Fuji. But yeah, like I got to get my weight back. I used to be so big, AJ. Like you could tell in that picture probably if it's an
No, I
older
mean,
one.
oh yeah, you were jacked in this. It looks like.
Yeah, they used to be so big, my dude. And then injuries. Injury. Every time I start to put my weight back on, I get hurt or I get
Damn, man,
sick.
it's probably due to carrying all that. It's hard to move myself since I put weight on myself, because I shouldn't be as big as I am, even though I'm not that big by probably by my most standards. So
Yeah, I mean, let's
I mean,
see.
it's not like I'm like every time I work out, it's like my back is sore.
Right,
My collarbone hurts. My triceps are hurting on the left side. Just some wrist injuries, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
right.
lower body, like my legs hurt sometimes too. When I especially when I run, they feel a little sore. So
I mean, it can do that. It can definitely do that too. I don't know. I just feel better. Like I
I mean,
always felt
I
better.
was deadlifting the other day, and I was just like going hard to see how much I could lift. The most I got up to was 235.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, because I was saying like I should at least be able to lift more than what I weigh. That was my
Right.
logic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I eventually did. I mean, I lifted. I got to 200. Let's okay. Let me see. Let me keep going. I could have probably kept going, but I said, but I didn't want to like really just go nuts on the first day. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, you shouldn't. That's how you
But
get hurt.
yeah, 235 is the highest I got. So I probably could have lifted more. Maybe I could have got up to 250. So
But that's not bad at all, though.
yeah,
Especially if you don't like do it all the
and that's
time.
something
That's
I do.
not bad
No,
at
no, that
all.
was just on the first day of me doing it. So yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean, but I've been working out like rigorously, like months prior anyway. So I was kind of
yeah.
already in shape. So yeah, so
But for me personally, I like walking around 230, low body fat, like you see
yeah.
in the picture, like that. That's my ideal. I feel faster, stronger, quicker. I mean, and it sounds crazy because people always like, oh, if you have that much muscle, you'll slow down. I disagree. Like, look at any speed sport. Look at an NFL running back. All of them are
Mm-hmm.
huge for their weight or for their height. I mean, look at track runners. All your track runners look like fucking mini bodybuilders, except for Usain Bolt. He's just an anomaly. But they're normally not string beans like him. They're normally super muscular. So
No, I'm sorry, Black is like you remember the Luke Cage TV show how like one of the villains, I think, see he was like the Bushmaster guy, the Jamaican villain.
yeah,
Uh
yeah. Who said that?
no, it's like there was this Luke Cage had did something where like people were saying he was faster than Usain Bolt, and
Right.
the Jamaican villain took that as an insult when he was fighting, talking about you're not faster than Usain Bolt,
Wait, but speaking of Luke Cage and speaking of him, that's why I say whenever I'm talking about Anthony Yard, I'd be like, Anthony, this ain't your yard, boy. Because whenever he first beat up Luke Cage, that's what he said. He said, this ain't your yard, boy. Beat the shit out of him.
You were saying, I'm like, why does that sound familiar? That was it. I remember now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where it came from, season 2. I
uh,
miss Luke Cage. I really do. Like him with all the
Man, I got
females.
pissed off when they canceled those shows, bro. I mean, like seriously, I
Yeah.
damn they canceled my Netflix subscription when they did that shit. I'm serious, man. It's like, why they got to pull the plug on them shows?
But Luke Cage had me dying laughing with the coffee. He was like, "You want to get some coffee?"
Cool.
Ah.
You're probably gonna laugh when I tell you this, but like, it took me like an episode or two to actually gauge what that meant. I'm like, oh, that's what he
Really?
means. I mean, it didn't click at first. It didn't really click in my mind. I'm like, oh, that's what he's talking. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Like, slide dog, bro.
Yeah. Trying to get it in. All right, let's see here. Let's read these comments real fast. Cass and G. Hey, if anybody wants to get on the panel, it should still be in the chat somewhere up there. I don't know. Possibly, probably, hopefully. Let's see. JD said, "You still look like a tank." Nah, JD. Nah, I'm small now. I'm only 200 pounds. I'm a little dude. Now. I'm not big like I used to be. Not like I used to be. Let me see. Rolly reminds me of Golovkin. Oh gosh, that's an insult to Golovkin.
What?
He looks
Who the hell
more
said that?
versatile. Oh gosh, more versatile too. No, you talking about Triple G, who's probably got one of the best jabs in boxing, even in his old age. No, no. Look, Charles D said, "Hell no." How wrong am I, Triple
That's
G?
what I'm saying. It's like that dude must be trolling.
No.
He must be trolling.
Oh
He's
no,
got to be
Ronald.
trolling.
Put
Does
down the
Broly even have a
sauce.
jab? Does he even have a
Put
jab?
down the sauce. All right, let's see. Mix up weight training with cardio and body weight exercise. Also eat well. Yeah, eating is key.
That's true.
Hank Davis getting stopped. I love how we got Rolly in the chat. Like, who would have thought
Who
that?
is
Like,
this guy? I want him to come on, man.
I do too. I want Rolly to jump on the panel, click the link. Like, I would laugh my ass off if this is really
If
Rolly
it's
at like
actually him,
the
I swear to God,
hotel.
man. It's like I'm gonna lose it. Like,
He go over here talking about. He like, go ahead, put the house on me. Put the house on me.
Just take that shit and knock the fuck out. I'm not gonna play. Watch.
We all getting rich. We all getting rich. His workout and movement recently reminded.
oh shit.
He says he looks improved. Yes, sir. Ronald Finkley, bro. You everywhere. Real, bro. Oh, okay. Rolly is like Archie Moore.
Oh,
no, Rolly is
Oh.
the Archie Moore of boxing. Oh shit! So I made this live for people to talk me out of picking Rolly. And however, what I have learned is Rolly is a modern day Archie Moore, and he's very similar to Triple G. Why would I bet against this guy?
Oh,
No, tripping. I didn't want to comment on that, bro. Yo, damn it. It's Rolly all day.
but it's just that, like, really, like, as far as also like to continue how the fight plays out, like Rolly makes too many mistakes. They can't.
He makes a lot of mistakes.
The Tank just can't capitalize. He will be a fool if he doesn't capitalize on them, and he will. He will. He can't. I mean, like, every time I watch him fight, I'm thinking, like, dude, I mean, he's literally throwing himself over when he punches, like leaving himself wide open for shots, counters. Like, I'm saying, if he gets, dude, as soon as he gets in there with like any decent top, like lightweight, dude, he gets smoked, if not schooled.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm saying Tank better not lose this fight, man. He better not lose, Tony, man. I swear if he does, man, that could be, oh God. Like I
the thing about it is, I look at it like this, AJ. This is what I look at. If Tank loses, he can always go back to 130. He can always go to 130. He doesn't have to stay at 135.
Yeah, it'll be sad because he didn't really do anything there anyway. But like, honestly, okay, like, whoever loses, would you call them a hype job or no? Like, if Tank loses,
wait a minute. Before I get into that, no, I couldn't call him a hype job because of this comment right here. Rolly is a bigger puncher than Arthur Betterbeef.
I agree.
Oh,
I agree with that. I agree.
Oh,
I agree with that.
Man.
I
Rolly
agree.
got that Betterbeef power. So no.
I agree.
You know
I
what?
agree.
If Tank loses,
I agree.
He lost, man. You can't deal with that power right there.
Nope. You put him in there with Artur, he smokes Artur. Like 2 rounds.
He said, Charles D said, and I brought this up before, I've talked about this, the broomstick. with the boxing glove on the broomstick.
I mean, see, what I find funny is like boxers who can't remember drills in sparring. It's like they can't like they bob and weave. They like, it's simple, like just side to side movement stuff. But as soon as they get in the ring, it's like they forget all that immediately. It would seem.
Yeah,
like I just find it funny when they do that. When boxers do that shit, it's like they forget everything they learned in the gym and they just like fight on instinct. And I'm like, bro, where's the head movement? Where's like the what you learned? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
non-existent. Like I've seen them in open sparring workouts before fights mess up the most rudimentary pad work, and that is the 1-2 dip 3. So just jab straight, dip, throw the left hook. Like I've seen them mess that up to where they throw it out of order or they don't. Like it's crazy.
Let me ask you this right quick, because there was one sparring session I saw Rolly, where he was sparring some guy and he decided to get all rough with this dude, and this guy wasn't having it. Like he actually picked up Rolly and slammed him, and like everybody had to break up the sparring, or they had to break up the sparring. I don't know who that guy was.
I vaguely remember that.
I'm like, who is this dude?
That was whenever Rolly was way younger though.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, but like it was like one of these Mayweather war sparring sessions, I guess. And like Rolly got too rough with this guy. He did some shit that pissed him off. And like he actually slammed Rolly and just was really taken to him. Like they took everybody. I'm like, who is this dude? I'm like I like that. I like body slams
Yeah,
and sparring.
I did see that though. I can't remember. Was it posted on Fight Hype? I can't remember who put it out, but I do remember seeing it. I don't remember who did it. Let me get these comments real fast. You can see Rolly Punch coming from the parking lot. He got to worry about Shakur down there. I disagree, Charles. I think Rolly is the new Shakur Stevenson of the 135 division. He got more skills. Tank throws one punch at a time, so there is a chance that Rolly can get away with overcommitting. Shakur would play with Tank. Both fighters got to show up and show out. Make or break Tank needs a KO or it's suspect, and Rolly just needs to go the distance to stay relevant. So basically what he's saying is if Rolly goes the distance, he stays relevant. He doesn't need to win. He just needs to survive. I guess that's true.
I can honestly picture like, well, if the fight is like honestly close, let's just say like if the fight's not dominant, right, and it goes to points, like I mean, like I can see Rolly like just bullshitting like he won or he got robbed if he doesn't get the nod or something like that. You know what I mean? Then like that might create some demand for a rematch, but I don't know who would want to see one if I'm being honest. But they'll probably actually give us one. I mean, the PBC is so shameless at this point. They'll actually give us a rematch probably this shit.
Well, the thing is if Tank loses, there is a rematch clause.
Oh, really? Even though it's his last fight?
It's a rematch clause if he loses. So he gets the run back.
Even though it's his last fight for the promotion.
Yeah, he said it's his last fight with Mayweather promotion, but that doesn't mean that he can't do the rematch. It just means he might not be signed to Mayweather when the rematch happens.
Oh, shit.
Charles D said Rolly almost got hit by the speed bag. Oh, shit. I've never seen that happen.
I did get hit by once.
To the members in the panel of the chat. What's
going
on, Joshua Littlejohn?
What's going on, man? I got hit by once. That happened. So
no, for real?
I mean, it was kind of. No, I mean, okay, I'll explain. Let me explain. This is back when I didn't box at all. I just happened to see one at the gym where at the job where I worked at, where I was a security guard. So I was doing my patrols one day. No. What was I doing? No, I was working out, right? And I out of nowhere, I just decided to I forgot how quick it could come back to you. So I just kind of did a softball punch on it, just to be stupid. Then out of nowhere, it just came back and hit me in the face. and yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Well, it didn't really hurt. It was just caught me. It was just surprised. Caught me. I'm like, the hell, shit. I'm like, then I learned, oh, damn, these feedbacks is fucking quick, man. How did they make it look so easy on the TV and movies? So yeah. That's how I hit myself. That's pretty much.
You're not supposed to be that close the way.
Yeah, I know. Right? I know that. I know that now. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that back then though.
I'm gonna tell you though. You know who does the speed bag the best, in my opinion, out of everybody I've ever seen? Jean-Claude Van Damme. That motherfucker can kick it and keep it going.
Oh yeah. Oh, when he was doing that shit in Bloodsport.
Yeah.
With those what do you
roundhouse kicks?
Roundhouse kicks. Yeah. That shit was beautiful, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, the person, if I would have made it, let's say I never would have quit boxing and I just rode it through, went from amateur to pro and said, fuck it, let's just do it, and didn't go the college route, right? Let's just say that was the case that I did, and I would have made a world champion and been undefeated, whatever I would have been. If anybody would have asked me what was the reason for me starting to want to fight, it would have been accredited to Jean-Claude Van Damme. That dude made me want to fight. That dude not only made me want to fight, he wanted me to be like how you see the picture of me where I was built like a tank. He's the reason why I want to do that. That motherfucker made me want to do the split in between the chairs. All right,
Tony, let me ask you this. All right.
Go ahead.
Hopefully, I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen his Amazon Prime show, Jean-Claude Van
No,
Johnson?
You told me about it. I put it in my favorites, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. But did I tell you what that show was about?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool. I explained it.
Okay. Yeah, he's like a secret agent, and he's been playing himself or something.
Yeah, okay. He plays pretty much a semi-fictionalized version of himself, and it's like everything he's done that's kind of real but false. It's but in reality, he's actually a covert operative who actually used the cover of his film sets to break up terrorist cells, do all sorts of crazy action hero shit, right? And his code name is Van Johnson, but we know him as Jean-Claude. But it's just hilarious.
Yeah, I need to watch it. Like I said, I did save it to my favorites.
The crux of the show was
the Boys season 3 saved.
Yeah, like the crux of the show is like he comes out of retirement, but the fact is like he's kind of old now, so it's kind of like he's still
Right.
wondering if he still has it. You know what I mean? That he can do what he used to do. That's kind of where the comedy show. But funny show. I mean, check it out. Definitely check it out. You'll like
Oh,
it.
I definitely will. Because like I said, like that's the dude that made me want to work out. That's the dude that made me want to be in shape. That's the dude that made me want to do splits. I remember I used to try the splits all the time till one time I was in a bathroom with some flip-flops on, right? And I didn't know there was water. Somebody had sprinkled water on the floor, right? So I tried to do it, and I went too low, and I got stuck. I was like, ah! And it hurt so bad. AJ, I'm telling you, I was stuck there for a good 2 to 3 minutes before somebody walked in. And I was like, please push me over, please. And they pushed me. Like, I was like stuck like a statue. Like, I couldn't move. I was so low. It hurt so bad. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. Oh, God. I'm like, yo, man, that shit ain't for me, man. The splits. It's like I should have started when I was younger. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta do it.
But I always wanted to be able to do that. Like I always wanted to be like you saw in the picture where I used to be. I used to walk around 230, 235 in my biggest, and I was about 4% body fat. And I always wanted to be able to do a split in between the chairs like Jean-Claude did with my shirt off. Like I always wanted to be able to do it, but I couldn't. Let me get to these comments real fast. JD Boxer said, actually, if Tank loses, a rematch would actually be commercially successful. Well, potentially, I agree. I think it would be huge in boxing. They could advertise the shit out of it.
Keep it up. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Let me see. As far as my prediction, I'm going Tank by knockout in the 6th. Rolly will have ambitions to take Carmentry. No, he said he's going to be in woodworking after the fight. Rolly's going to be building chairs and benches. Oh, shit. Let me see. They put out the regulars 26-0, 24 knockouts versus 14-0 with 12 knockouts, 12 rounder for the WBA regular lightweight title Showtime pay-per-view. All right. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm almost wanting to go over to that other page and put 100 push-up bet on it just because I think I'm going to go with the underdog. I think I'm going to go with the underdog on this one. And let me say this. This is my disclaimer. I want Tank Davis to win. I really do. I like Tank. I really feel like he should have been a lot further ahead of where he is. I feel like he should have been an undisputed champion. I feel like he had the potential to be the little Mike Tyson, like they like to call him. He had that potential. But for whatever reason, after Pedraza, they quit moving him to fight top-tier opponents. And I don't like that. But I really like Tank Davis. I really feel like if he could start, because he's not that old, if he could start up in his competition level after Rolly, because 14-0 is really not the highest competition, I really believe. Okay, welcome back. I really believe Tank could get back on track to where he was and what he could be. So I want to see Tank Davis win. I really like him. I don't like seeing him in the boxes with the cowboy boots on, dancing. That shit's weird. But
oh God,
have you seen that, AJ?
Yeah, I saw it.
No, you ain't seen this one. You haven't seen this one. Let me show you this one, because I can play music on this because I'm not gonna put can't even think the revenue AdSense. I'm not gonna put any AdSense on this live. I normally can on StreamYard, and I don't do it after the fact because I'd be too lazy to. So I'm not worried about putting any revenue on here, but let me show you this, man.
But I was here. I was listening. It's like, but now like the training wheels got to come off, man. It's like, I mean, he's got to get out there with some top guys, man. Because what he's going to be 28 now this year. I mean, it's not long. He's not long for 30. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let me see if this is it. All right, this is it. Watch this. Fuck me. Hold on. I gotta make sure you can hear the music. I don't know who did this. I saw this video a long time ago when he did it on Instagram Live. But look at this. Listen to how they tried Tank. And I like Tank, but I don't like this about Tank. Here we go. All right, we're gonna press it. Why did I play that song? Why
that is
song?
that is
Why
fucked
that
up.
song?
That is fucked up. Oh, oh, that is fucked up. Oh my god. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Like,
Yo, if Tank Davis beats Rolly, I need him to do that dance before he leaves the ring. I need him to do that dance before he leaves the ring.
oh,
I just said, you are the dancing queen.
you know what's funny? I mean, that kind of.
Oh, shit. All right, hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Let me go back to the comments real fast. Okay, they're talking to each other. He said, Tony, I'm surprised you didn't mention Michael John White. You got to understand, Jean-Claude was around before Michael John White. I like Michael John White, but I mean, he's got some good like underground movies, like Blood and Bone, very good
The
movie.
Undisputed 2. That's
But as far
Undisputed
as
2.
like mainstream,
That's
well,
another
he
one.
did play Spawn. He
Yeah,
played
he did.
Spawn. Yeah.
I mean, what was funny? Like,
Undisputed.
Tony, did you
He
you saw that too?
played
Did you see the rest?
Spawn.
Or
That was really good.
did you see the rest of them? Or Undisputed? Oh snaps! You froze up.
See the what?
Did you see the rest of the Undisputeds after that? Without him, with Boyka?
What was your question?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I saw all of them with Boyka.
Okay, cool. Also, like, it's funny because, like, I don't know if like you ever realized this, but I realized this, like, you know how Steven Seagal
Can you
never
hear me?
actually loses. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you-
Kind of freeze framing a bit or buffering.
Who, me?
Oh no,
Or you?
I got you now. I see you.
Okay, I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
You good?
We good?
We good.
100%.
100%.
Okay, hold on. Let me hit these comments, then we'll get to Steven Seagal, okay?
All right,
We
sure.
just do this because I'm seeing other people pop in here. Don't
Good.
forget, hit the thumbs up. He said, "No, I think Rolly got weight down at weight. What? I think Rolly got weighed down at weight, and he looked. I don't know what you're saying, Ronald. But probably blew up after 155. It didn't even look like Rolly didn't make weight at face-off. No, Rolly did make the weight. Charles Lee said it's only 100 push-ups. Not a lot. It's not about the push-ups. It's about being right or being wrong. And I don't like being wrong. Lost Start Boxing, The Lab. He said, what's good, family? Not much. How about yourself? Let me see. Tank likes to do private dances for LRB. That's why that's fucked up. Bro, if Tank beats Rolly, I think his first fight after leaving Floyd Mayweather should be against Richard Comey. Would you give Tank credit for? Oh yeah, that would be a great win, but I don't even want to see Tank go for Richard Comey. Why? Why go for Comey? Comey got beat up by Lomachenko. I would say fight Lomachenko, which is a fight that was hanging around in the past, and rectify that by beating Lomachenko. Or fuck it, go straight for Devin Haney or George Kambosos. That's what I would do if I was Tank. But if he does fight Richard Comey, that is a good win. But I just don't think he should do it. They laugh and say that's for LRB was Tank drunk. Charles D. Let me see. Wilder reinforced his twerk dance. Welcome to no, not the twerk. I don't think Comey has a dance partner right now. So should it be? I mean, I agree. It would be a great fight, but I think it would be a better fight if he just went for undisputed. To be honest, because beating Richard Comey is something that say Rolly should do. It's the type of like build your name type fight. It's a good win for Ryan Garcia, something like that. Because I don't even know where Ryan Garcia is going to be at. I don't know if he's going to 140 or staying at 135 because his last fight was kind of in between. But I think it's a good win for a guy on the come up like Montana Love. Well, that's 140. It's too big. Never mind. I digress on Montana Love. But a smaller name fighter, I think Comey would be a good win against. But if Rolly can beat Tank or Tank beats Rolly, I think the next step would be for undisputed. I think that's best. Or Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko would be a great win too. Probably the best win for Tank would be Lomachenko and then undisputed. Let me see. A little busy, but I'm listening. What's going on, regulator? How you doing? First undisputed was with Leslie Snipes, yep, and Vin Rames. Second, Michael John White. Third, Scott Atkin, aka Boyka.
Yep,
the most
they four of
well-rounded
them.
fighter.
Yeah. I mean, see, it's funny. Like a couple of days they with that undisputed series, it's like they didn't even have to continue off the undisputed franchise. They could have started like a whole new fight series, like they really could have, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I kind of just like the transformation of the Boyka character. It's like the first movie he's a villain, the second he's an anti-hero, then the third he's kind of like a hero.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I kind of like that. But also, right, continuing from my point about Steven Seagal, like you know how like in all his movies he's just invincible and he never loses a fight.
Right.
Michael Jai White was the first guy to legitimately get the better of him in Exit Wounds. You remember that? They was having the that little sword fight with the paper mache, with the sword maches or whatever they were. Then like he kind of like did a roundhouse kick on Steven and like really knocked him over. Then like even though he ran, it's kind of like he never like really beat Michael in that scene.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the scene. I remember Exit Wound.
Yeah.
I don't remember the scene.
But in that fight scene, it's like they were equally matched, and then like he got the better of Steven. It's kind of like
Right.
he landed like a kick on him, and then dropped Steven or knocked him down, and like he felt heavy. I think he was like you could probably tell he was hurt, but then afterwards, Michael ran and didn't finish the fight. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, oh shit, did he just beat Steven? I'm expecting Michael to lose.
Yo, Steven Seagal makes me laugh because like he fights like this. Like I'm telling you, this is how he fights. I did it earlier. You might not call, but whenever he gets into fights, he be like this and he goes. That's what it looks like. But then, like whenever he had that police show, like you see somebody running out of a house and you just run up. But what's crazy is they be like all balled up on the ground, like, oh shit, is that Steven Seagal? Like this dude's fighting style is crazy. And then I love his lines. Like his lines is so trash. He'd be like, you stab for me, I stab for you. And then what he said, you can take that to the blood bank.
I'm like, oh bro, who writes this bullshit? I'm like, it's like, I mean, like you ever want to see something like Mad TV, like Will Sasso, like he the comedian.
Yeah.
His impressions are the funniest thing you will ever honestly fucking see. I mean, oh my god, it's like they're so dead and spot on and just ridiculous. It's like
Stone Cold as well.
I mean, he's literally like talking about like, what's wrong, Steven? Oh, hang on here 1 second. Then he gets up, goes to a diner, right? This is just a parody type of like, oh, I couldn't help but notice your friend over here is stuffing her pockets full of sweet little packets. Oh yeah, we usually we run out of work, so then like he just looks at him, like, put the sweet little back on the table. I'm like, I'm like, bruh, all this had to piss him off. I swear to God. And like it's on record by saying like he hosted SNL once, and like everybody says he was the worst host of all fucking time. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Like that, and that's what like all the stars, the cast, the crew, the creator of the show said they were. It's like he's not coming back after this. Like he was the worst host we ever had, literally.
It's because he's got no charisma and he takes everything way.
I know. I can see that. I can see it. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can understand. You know what I mean? Just the guy, I mean, like judging how invincible he is in his fight scenes. It's like, my God, guy. You know what I mean? It's like you could get hurt or get knocked down at least once, or you could bleed.
Right. I'm trying to see something. Hold on.
Sorry, following up the comments too. It's like Seagal is terrible to watch. Yeah, the guy, he can't really act. If I'm being honest, I can't stand him. Yep.
Okay,
I mean, because like I like Michael Jai because I catch some of his interviews with DJ Vlad. He be actually dropping bombs, man. He be telling telling secrets, man. You know what I mean? Like
I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
He said he'd be rated. Who Jai White?
I don't like Michael Jai White. I lost all respect for him.
Why?
Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I used to love Michael Jai White. Like I said, he's got some good movies, like you said, Undisputed, Spawn, Blood and Bone. I really like Blood and Bone. But here's my problem with Michael Jai White. Here's the biggest.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Go ahead.
We talked about this before. This man said, they asked him, would you beat Bruce Lee in a fight? He said, yeah, I'd beat him. I'm 220 pounds. He's 137 pounds. Like, it wouldn't even be a fight. And then this man reneged on it because people were complaining come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck. I'm not Michael Jai White. I'm not some known person. But let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how bad Bruce Lee was. He was 137 pounds. I would grab him and I would break that little man in half, just like I would do it to any other 130. That's a fucking size of an elementary school kid. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, this shit, like, it pisses me off. I'm about to make a live. I'm about to make a live entitled Bruce Lee was not a real fighter. And I'm going to watch all the people come in here flooding and get pissed off because here's the thing about it. I get sick and tired. Like, I this really is like, it like grinds my gears, so to say. Like, it's like a pet peeve of mine when people talk about Bruce Lee like he's this invincible god, and it irritates me because I actually boxed. I actually put in hours and hours and hours and hours and hours into a gym to fight people. And Bruce Lee never fought nobody his fucking whole life. His whole life, he never got into a fight. He said he didn't even believe in having organized fights because there were rules. But yet I'm to believe that he could beat people like Mike Tyson in a fight. Like this,
I get it. Yeah, I
it
got you.
irritates me.
He did. He reneged. He did the Cardinals and he reneged. He reneged. I feel you on that. I mean, but it's just that like I like his takes and like what he says because like it's just the shit he be talking about people. Like he was saying how like John Claude like he's calling out like all these martial artists that are not real fighters. You know? Just, I think he even called out John Claude saying like, oh yeah, no, he can't fight either. If I'm not mistaken, I might be misquoting him on that, but like he was just saying like how all these like real guys are full of shit. They can't fight. You know what I'm saying? I
Look,
mean,
man,
but John Claude actually had fight. I think he actually had kickboxing matches. If I'm not
he
mistaken.
did. He did.
You're right.
He
Yes,
won.
yeah.
He won every single fight but one. And the
Yeah.
one fight he lost, it was supposedly a controversial decision. He rematched the dude and knocked the dude out. Now we talking about in karate where knockouts rarely ever happen. Every win he had was by knockout. I think he was like 17-1 or something.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they say he's fake, like he was never real. He's not a real fighter. He's fake. But this man actually went 17-1, and he actually beat a world champion at the time, kickboxer. He knocked him out. A kickboxer from, I think it was Miami, a world champion kickboxer. He actually knocked out with that same little slow-mo kick where he and then he jumps in the air and time
What's
stops.
funny? I mean, what's funny about Jean Claude Van Damme is like I like his movies, they're good movies, but like at the same time, like his fight scenes are so like slow. It's like they're just in super slow motion. It's like he moves like the slower speed of like you can literally like just I don't know how to describe it. It's like they're just so slow. I mean, it's like if he was in a fight with like a Donnie Yen or a Jet Li, they smoke his ass in a movie fight.
In a movie fight.
In a movie fight.
But
Yeah,
we're
in a
talking
movie
about
fight.
real life.
In real life, though. I mean, I haven't seen him in real life. I gotta go back and watch some footage of his fights if they got him. I mean, I like the stuff I like to see. So, but yeah.
So here's what I want to say to JD Boxing, and I agree with you. In a movie fight, they're way better, especially Jet Li, like super fast. But here's the thing: I can't watch that stream tone. Bruce is my hero. Look, let me make this clear. I am not shitting on Bruce Lee at all. That's not my contention. I think Bruce Lee was a great martial artist, probably the greatest martial artist that ever lived. He was very dedicated, very good at what he did, which was martial arts. But a fighter, he was not. Because in order to be a fighter, there's one key thing you have to do, and that's fight. If you don't fight, you're not a fighter by definition. I don't care how much you kick bags. I don't care how much you break bricks. I don't care how many little things where you have people standing still so you can do a 6-inch punch them. I don't care about any of that. The fact of the matter is this: in order to be deemed a fighter, you have to fight. And to me, it is atrocious to take a guy who was a martial artist, looked great on camera, great at what he did, but compare him to guys who went through blood, sweat, and tears to become world champions and to respect the sport and say this guy can beat them in a fight. Like, to me, that is just ridiculous because he didn't.
I mean, Tony, let me give you an example of this. Listen, we all know now you used to box, right? You're amateur, right?
Yeah.
You're pretty good. Okay, so even though you haven't done it for like, let's say a while, let me see, who's a current martial artist right now? Let's take a Scott Atkins, right? The guy who plays Boyka.
Yeah.
Let's put him in the ring with you with boxing gloves on. And like, let's see, 2 to 3 rounds. We're gonna find out that you're boxing Scott Atkins' head off. Like you're schooling him. You know what I mean? Like you're jabbing him, you're making him miss, and like let's say you drop him maybe a couple times, and it's like, wait a minute, everybody's like, oh my God, Scott Atkins, Boyka, I'm the most complete fighter in the world. How's Tony's reviews? Schooling this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, Scott Atkins was never a real fighter, right? You know, I mean, like Scotty, like he's martial art. I don't know if he was ever a real fighter. Like did he ever compete for? I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he may look impressive as hell on film and what he does in the Undisputed movies and all his movies, but has he ever really beat anybody? Has he ever been in a real fight himself? You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. That's the thing about it, AJ. Another thing too is like, I'm trying to think of who could I compare. I don't even know because it's like, you could take somebody, right, who's knocked people out, got a good example. Kimbo Slice, right?
Yep.
Kimbo Slice was a king in the backyard. He was a monster
Yeah,
in the
street fights. Yeah,
backyard,
yeah, street fights.
knocking people's heads off. This man went professional and got knocked out by a dude who was only 205 pounds with pink hair in one shot.
I
One
remember.
shot.
I
A
remember.
205-pound pink hair dude.
I
And
remember.
I like Kimbo
Yo,
personality wise, but
yeah.
there is a difference in fighting people who
Funny.
train. That is their life. Their life. This is my thing, though, AJ. People don't understand this, right? And not even using me versus Scott Atkins. Let's just use me. Not take me out the equation. Just use professional boxers, right? Take a bum, a gatekeeper, a guy who's no good. Take Mario
journeyman.
Barrios,
A
right?
journeyman. A journeyman. Something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Just use Mario Barrios, right?
Yeah.
Mario Barrios is trash on an elite level, trash on probably a top 50 level. However, you put another 147-pound man in the streets against him, and he'll obliterate them. It won't even be fair. It looked like a man beating a child. Mario would beat a average Joe on the street so bad because this is all they do. They train to fight, and it is different. Like, shit can look beautiful when it's choreographed because you have multiple takes, you have edits.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna hit you here. You're gonna fall there. It's like Mortal Kombat 1, where Johnny Cage was like, "This is where you fall."
I mean, honestly, like it's kind of like saying like Matt Damon is a legit martial artist because but he was great in the Bourne movies. I'm like,
yeah, Jason Bourne.
I honestly, if I ever heard somebody say that in real life, I'd smack him across the mouth. I'm serious. Like I mean, I'll be serious, dude. You better take that back right now before I slap the hell out of you. I mean, but going back to Kimbo Slice, what you were saying, it was funny because Dana White was talking about that himself because he had called Kimbo Slice overrated many times, and he was saying how like I remember he was talking to somebody. He was trying to say like the guy who beat him, they brought him up from the undercard to fight the main event guy, and he knocked him out in 13 seconds. I mean, Kimbo Slice sucks, man. I've said that now for the last few years. This fucking guy can't fight, and he got knocked out by a guy who didn't win any fights in the UFC, who only won one fight in the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I mean?
But my thing, this AJ, is it's not even about the fact that he sucks. It's the fact that it's different.
It's different. I know it's different. Yeah.
When you fight somebody who knows how to fight and all they do is fight, it's different. Like case in point with Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee could have been the greatest fighter to ever fight if he had fought. He could have been. Or despite all of his speed and how good he looked, what happens when he gets clipped on the chin the first time? Does he get knocked out? Can he take a punch? We don't know because he was never punched.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit there that's missing. Like,
there's a lot of variables you need to factor in.
Right. How good was his reaction time? Yes, he was good at throwing punches. He was real quick. But was he fast getting out of the way when somebody's firing back and he doesn't know what's coming? We don't know.
I think it's like like a lot of people are all high on Jaron Ennis and Shakur Stevenson. I'm one of those people, by the way. I mean, I'm giving them a lot of praise. I'm thinking that they're very, very good on the eye test, very talented. But we still don't know what it would be like if they got chinned to put on the RAS. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've never seen.
We haven't seen that from them yet. We haven't seen them go through adversity, and that's honestly like the main checkbox I try to look for in a fighter now. Whenever I try to rate him or judge him, like same thing with when I was going to say Connor, but he kind of had that early in his career with that the Painard guy. I mean, but still we haven't really seen him chinned at elite level. But I mean, I'm just curious to see what they do if they get up. Will they fold like Chris Colbert? Will they fold like a Chris Colbert? Because we saw what happened to him when he got dealt with, you know.
And he talked a lot.
He did
a lot.
He did. And shame on him for what he said to Jamel Herring. I don't know if you caught wind of that. Yeah, that was some. You don't disrespect people who served. That's a no in my book. You know what I'm saying? So he can go kick rocks as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, he ended up on the ground with the rocks. So let me hit these comments real fast. Let me see. Bruce Lee, so fast he could hit you before you leave work, talking about you want to fight Michael Jai White. No, Michael Jai White would have destroyed that man, because even if Michael Jai White couldn't keep up with the hand speed or foot speed, here's the reality that you have to come to. Does Bruce Lee have the power of Deontay Wilder to where he hits you once and knocks you out? If he does not, he's only going to get off a couple of shots, no matter how fast they are, before a man like Michael Jai White, who I think is like 6 foot, 220 some odd pounds, maybe even heavier now that he's older. He's only going to get off a couple of shots before Michael Jai White's on top of him. Once Michael Jai White's on top of him and he grabs him, What is 100? At the end of the day, you're still only 137 pounds. What is 137 pounds if 5'6", 5'7" going to do? Once it's grabbed by 220 pounds, nothing. It's going to get broken. It's just, it's physics. That's why there's weight classes in fighting, because weight matters when you're talking about guys who are trained to fight. But I did not like that he reneged. Let's keep going. Van Damme always has that damn roundhouse kick replay over. That's what I'm saying. But Charles, look it up. In real life, he used to pull off that kick and knock people out. That's what's so funny about it. David Crack. Tony Jaa is definitely good. Tony Jaa is very good.
Oh
Very
yeah, I
good.
like him. I like him. Yeah, I really like him. Yes, sir.
JD said, go read my Steven Seagal comment. I missed a comment. Did I miss a comment? Let me go up. Oh, y'all remember when Seagal said he taught Anderson Silva that front kick? Or what about the time he shot himself getting choked out? Hold on. I accidentally scrolled. Choked out by the wrestler. He talking about Gene LaBelle.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me actually debunk that. That's actually not true. And I'll debunk this here and now. All right, you heard it here first. Okay, so if you go to Wikipedia and you go to Gene LaBelle's Wikipedia article, right? All right, and I saw this interview myself. Like, it's a guy on YouTube who actually interviewed a stuntman and like a bodyguard. His name is what's his name? I think Stephen Lambert. If I might have that wrong, but he's a bodyguard and he was actually there and he witnessed what happened. And he said that it's not. He said that's not what happened. Steven Seagal didn't shit his pants. He said like the encounter like took place, but there was no shitting the pants. It was like real quick. The fight was like probably like 5 to 10 seconds, and Steven Seagal didn't shit his pants. Like Steven Seagal tried some funny business with Gene LaBelle. Gene LaBelle reacted and like countered Steven, and that was it. No shitting the pants, nothing. But you can go and read it in full detail on Gene LaBelle's Wikipedia article, and it explains in depth what happened. So yeah.
So who won?
It was kind of like okay, it's based on what I could tell. It was kind of like a stalemate. Like he I think it's like okay, so Steven Seagal I think he proposed that he could like choke out Gene LaBelle, or no, the Gene LaBelle. Damn, he proposed to try some like martial arts move with Gene LaBelle, right? And Gene LaBelle like said okay. Then I think when Gene LaBelle was going to try it on Steven, Steven like kind of hit him in the nuts. Gene LaBelle reacted, and when he did that, Gene LaBelle like reacted and kind of did a leg sweep on Steven and knocked him to the ground, like on his back. Then
Right.
That was it. That was the whole fight. That was it. That was all that happened.
Okay.
That was it. That was it. And that was it. And like the bodyguard explained that because he was on set. He saw it. He was on set at the time. He watched. He saw it. He was there. He explained what happened. And it explains that in the article. And that was all. That was all the encounter was.
So not much of a fight, just headlock.
No. Just a brief scuffle. That was all it was, according to him.
I would say this though. If Gene LaBelle, because he was a wrestler, he was a judo person.
Yeah.
If he had him on his back 9 times out of 10, he probably would have won had the fight continued. If he had him down. Let me read these comments real fast. Michael Jai White, a good martial artist, but Bruce did moves, would have Jai tripping over his feet. I don't agree with that because, like, think about any fight, whether it be boxing, MMA, kickboxing. How many times do these guys get in the clinch where the referee has to separate them? Or in UFC, you see them always grabbing each other, and one dude looks like he's butt fucking the other guy on the ground. Like, the fact of the matter is, when it's a real fight, people wrestle like that. That's it. Normally in real fights where there's no referee to separate you, it always turns out into a wrestling match unless you chin somebody before they get a hold of you, or you're just a lot stronger than the person. And if you are, normally that lot stronger person ends up on top beating down on the person. Like, it's very rare that you see street fights look like boxing matches to where two people just stay on their feet the whole time. Very true, Tone. Peace. Getting ready to make a beer run. Go get your beer, but don't drink and drive. Drink the beer when you get back home. Colbert is still talking from the shadow realm. Damn. Steven Seagal said nobody could submit him. Gene LaBelle choked his ass out. Joe Rogan said poop came out of his ass. True story. Joe Rogan told a different story. I saw the video. It was years ago. Seagal is good, but he needs to put the fork down.
All right, Tony, I brought it up. Okay, all right, so here it is on Wikipedia, right? It's not long. Okay, so
keep talking. I'm gonna listen. I'm grabbing the water.
Okay, so it says Seagal bodyguard and stuntman Stephen Lambert stated he was present and that a confrontation did happen. According to Lambert, Seagal explained to LaBelle that he did not believe his chokehold was effective. that he could escape from it. LaBelle demonstrated the chokehold by putting it on Seagal without locking the hold. Seagal sidestepped and swung his forearm backwards into his crotch. LaBelle came up off the floor by a few feet. As soon as he landed, LaBelle used a foot sweep to sweep Seagal off the floor, with Seagal landing on his back. LaBelle then helped Seagal up. That was it. Like I said, I mean, so Steve, that's what Stephen. I even saw Stephen Lambert say this like on some guy's show on YouTube. Like he's got a YouTube channel. I don't know if it's something the Samurai, but I saw this interview. So that's according to Stephen Lambert. I don't know if he's telling the truth, but that's what he said. So and I'm inclined to believe that, because that sounds more logical. Like I'm not saying like somebody even crapping his pants. Like that's kind of even though I want that to be true. Like that kind of sounds like a truthful account. So I'm inclined to believe that, if I'm being honest. So
I'm gonna just tell you this, AJ. Gene LaBelle is better than me, because if you hit me in the nuts, I'm not helping you up.
I know that was a dick move. That was a dick. Like even Lambert said that himself. He said that was some bullshit. How Stevens pulled that on him. You know what I mean? Hitting him in the nuts like without warning. Like that's some nonsense. So, but you're right. So he is a good guy. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he is a good guy. But like hitting him in the nuts. I mean, for really, like it's just a demonstration. That's all. You ain't got to do no shit like that.
But Seagal won the bet because he said he could get out the hold. He did. According to the story, he got out the hold. That's what you just told me.
Yeah, he did.
Just one strike to the.
I don't know if they made it. I don't know if they made a bet. I mean, they just it was like a challenge. Like, oh yeah, your shit's not effective on me, and So, well, I guess he used
my question for you, AJ.
Good.
Speaking of bets, should I go make this bet? Should I say 100 push-ups that Rolly wins? Should I do this?
Yeah, man, you get some fitness out of it if you lose, or so.
Because the real bet is what's going on? Get it, Smoke. I know you got something to say. Jump on the panel before I get off.
Oh, shit. Hi, Smoke.
Yo, me and Get the Smoke just got into it about Teofimo Lopez the other day on another channel, and that shit was hilarious.
I heard. Word travels.
Oh, you heard? But listen, what was so funny is me and Get went back and forth. The host of the channel, I'm not going to call out the name, like straight bitch mode, because if you jump on my channel, you can say whatever you want, and I'm not going to put you in the background where you can't talk and then continue to talk my shit. To me, when you do that, you've already lost. So they put me in the back because they didn't like what I was saying, because they over here big up in Devin Haney, but at the same time, I remember when this same person was big up in Teofimo Lopez till he got his ass whooped. Then he flipped sides, flipped ships, and now he's big up in Devin Haney. Well, you know what? His first fighter lost to Kambosos, and now his second fighter is about to lose to Kambosos.
See, I'm not like that. It's like, even though Montana Love just had a very, I'll just call it a dismal performance, right? I'm not gonna write him off just yet. I'm still gonna give him a chance. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Montana Love's last fight. I was expecting him to kind of put on the show. I think he was the co-main or on the Canelo undercard.
Yeah.
And then he kind of it was, the performance was to be desired, if I'm being honest. It wasn't that great, but I'm still not gonna write him off. I'm not gonna call him trash or nothing like that. I mean, it was just a bad match.
Montana Love looks good.
Yeah, he's still good. I still rate him. You know what I mean? I mean, he just went to business with a guy who was probably not to be underestimated. That's all. It was probably better than what we thought. Van Dam punks a ball. Oh, did he?
Hey, Get the Smoke. Jump on the channel. Jump on. Tell me why.
No, Tony, if he gets on, we're going to be on here for like another 3 hours. Like,
that's okay, because I'm not going to let it go 3 hours. I'm about to get off because, the tape fight's going to start soon anyways.
What time is that coming on? I forgot. What time is that starting?
I believe in 1 hour. I believe.
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah. Got to wrap this up.
Yeah. Let me confirm. Hey, Get the Smoke. Is the link still in the chat? If it is, click it. But how did you hear about me and Get the Smoke going back and forth about Teofimo Lopez? Like, you said, where spreads.
Oh, Lisa told me.
Oh, okay. She was there.
Yeah, he was on H Money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh, I was on one that night. Yeah, it starts at 9.
He said, drop a link, give me 5 minutes. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Here he comes.
Shit. Now I gotta log back in on my phone. All right, we about to hear the Seesaw event again.
What was the problem? Like, what was the problem with? I mean, like, were they arguing that you were picking George over Devin, or what?
Well, no, that was after the fact.
Okay.
Me and Get the Smoke was getting into about Teofimo Lopez. He was trying to say that George Kambosos only won because Teo was having breathing issues, and I kept saying there was nothing wrong with him. And
Well,
that's
I
what it
mean,
was basically
it's
about.
funny. Well, if he was having breathing issues, why didn't he mention that himself before the fight?
Why was he doing
Well,
backflips in the arena with nobody
in the
in it?
ring, yeah. Like he seemed fine to me after the fight.
Yeah, there was nothing
He
wrong
seemed
with
like
him.
a guy who couldn't breathe. I
He
mean,
was.
you got to realize when these fighters are full of shit. I mean, Josh Taylor's going on talking about how he can make weight, fight at 140 for his whole career, but after he
Mhm.
loses, after he has an abysmal performance and loses the Catterall, oh, I'm going up to 147. This is my last
That's
fight here. Oh no, that's not what you were saying before. You were saying you could make 145, but now you would lose controversy. You like,
hold on. It's gonna sound like crap. Woo, we had the seesaw going. It should go away in a moment.
not but like if we want to play that game and use that strawman argument, we could just say that the only reason that Tiafimo beat Loma was because of his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I
That's
mean,
it.
if you want to use that logic, so
How the hell do I add people? Oh, right here. Okay, wait. No, I don't even know. We'll have to see. Whenever he tries to get on, we'll have to see if it gives me a update of where he's at to add him. But yeah, like I don't believe in that. My thing is this, and I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more. I don't care what's wrong with you. If you choose to get in between those ropes, there's
it's
nothing
on
wrong
you.
with you.
It's on you. It's on
That's
you,
it.
and you shouldn't have fought. That's bottom line.
Exactly. I don't want to hear it. The excuses go out the window. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't
I'm
care
not because
what's
like
wrong with you.
Kovalev came out recently before the Bivol fight. Said something like, "Oh, if I had another month to prepare for the Canelo fight, I would have won. It would have went like the Bivol fight." Okay, well, why did you take the fight then?
Why did you take the fight?
Why did you take the fight?
Oh, what's up, guys? What's up, AJ? What's up, Tony? What's up, chat?
What's going on, Smoke?
Hey, well, yeah. So that's not like you didn't quite get what the conversation was about. It's a little, like the thing was, this guy was saying that the reason why Tio lost was because Kambosos got in his head talking trash, and I was like, how is the trash talking the reason why when we've heard all this other shit that it could be way more a reason why than fucking Kambosos talking shit? That's all it was. I wasn't saying that like, oh, this was a thing of that one. I'm just saying that from all the stuff, all the buildup of the fight, like how you gonna pick trash talking and getting in his head as a reason fucking why the loss was like that. But anyway, but you jumped in on that part to just talk about how the asthma was a bullshit story. Which, whatever, it is what it is.
Oh, somebody was trying to get on in the background from Facebook. They didn't let me. It was Ryan somebody.
Ryan Garcia.
I've never seen that before.
But yeah, I'm here for the. I'm just here to let you know. I got eyes on this Rolly fight because I remember. I heard. I remember Rolly's gonna win. I also remember you talking about that Dillian White. So I'm here for all of these fucking underground, fucking weird ass picks. I know you pat yourself on the back when you get them right, but fuck, dude. Like, why even go here?
Who are you picking to win tonight?
Who am I picking to win? Like, what do you, dude? Come on, dude.
What? It's just a question.
Come on, dude, like, if you feel like that's a serious fucking question, that's not a serious question, dude. Rolly Ramirez can't fucking fight. Just like Dillian White can't fucking fight. Like, I don't understand this shit for real.
Are you good, bro? Are you all right? Calm down.
Bro, why are you policing my emotions? Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Are you all right?
I'm
okay,
chilling.
cool.
I'm chilling. I'm relaxing.
Cool. Great. I'm me.
Just see.
Yeah, I'm me. I'm not you.
Okay. All right. Me
too.
too.
So let me be me.
All right. Let me be me.
All right, cool. Great. So I didn't tell you to stop doing anything. I don't care how you are.
I feel like what we have going on right now is the number 2 and the number 3 headband fighting each other to fight. That's what I feel.
Hey man,
like
I got the number 2.
Yeah,
I got the number 2.
Man, listen, I like Afro Samurai. Don't get me wrong, Samuel Jackson, the RZA, all that shit. But like, like all these dudes, they all have fucking arguments and they try to go with my emotions, man. Leave my emotions alone. It's not my emotions are none of your fucking business.
What's going on, Lisa? Said Tony on a losing streak because of Dillian White. Look, man, like I said, I finally got one wrong, and when you finally get one wrong, people want to hold on to that. It doesn't matter about the 100 you got right, but if you miss that 101st one, oh, that's it. We gonna hold on to that because that's all they got. But here's what I see. I think I'm gonna make this bet, this 100 push-up bet, even though I don't think it's a smart bet at all to bet 100 push-ups on Rolly. But
But I mean, really, it's a win-win though. Like even if you lose, it's just like getting some work in. Like your body will thank you for it. It's not like you're betting $5,000 on it, like some other dude.
Hold on one second. I'm typing it right now. I said for the fun of it, we will run the 100 push-up bets for Rolly beating Tank.
Yeah, see, you sound like you sound like a reasonable person. Even though I don't think this is a reasonable pick, you at least understand that you were like going out on a limb with this shit. Like this other dude who put out $5,000 on it was talking about how if you're picking Tank, it's because you're a Tank fanboy and then you're brainwashed by the media and you don't really know boxing. Because of course Rolly's gonna knock out Tank. Like for real?
Here's what I look at. Here's what it's going to come down to. And like I said, at the weigh-ins, I was really surprised about how similar in size they actually were whenever they did the face-off, because this whole time leading up to the weigh-ins, I've seen Rolly look taller than Tank, but when they were looking at each other, they were eye to eye, which is weird because how can Rolly be 5'8", but yet Tank is probably 5'4" in real life, but they're looking eye to eye. So I thought it was going to be a bigger size difference. And you don't always have to be a good boxer to beat the smaller man. Sometimes you can just be too big, too strong. And if Tank loses, that's why he loses, because he's just going up against somebody who's too big, too strong. And that's just the bottom line. Like, everybody's shouting out to Lisa. That's what's up. Lisa getting all the love.
Yeah. So I mean, the adage, right, or the trope, or the cliche, however you want to put it, the rule of thumb is a good big man beats a great little man. The only problem is Rolly's not even a good big man. Like he's just big. He's fucking big for no. And how big is he really? Like I don't know. To me, like Tank's fought in a higher weight class than.
Yeah, he's bigger than Tank. AJ,
he's taller than
how big Rolly is. Tell him.
Tell
him how big Rolly gets, AJ.
Would he blow up to like 180, 190, something like that at one point?
Yeah, but I mean, anybody can get fucking fat. Like,
oh, the queen's in the building.
Nah, I just wanted to say something right quick. Hey, y'all got me through a rough time the other day because my internet where I stay at, because I be on my mom's house too a lot, was down, and I was going back and forth with Verizon for a week. And I happened to turn on there. I was laughing so hard. You and Smoke was debating. I was dying.
You talking about over at Get?
Yes, I was dying. I couldn't. Yeah, because my and it finally got resolved. It was a week. It was something had happened where I lived at, and then it was the same technician. He kept coming back and screwing up. And it took another technician to come out and just do it. And it was something so simple. But that particular day, I think it might have been the last day of it. I was just going through aggravated. And then I cut on that and I was laughing so hard. Yes, yeah, y'all had me dying laughing.
Yeah, I was on one. I was just having fun with it.
But Lisa, who you picking?
Tonight?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Tank because let's be honest. You know what? I gotta be real honest. This is a mismatch. Listen, no disrespect to Rolly, but Rolly just doesn't have any type of. He doesn't have a lot of. I think he has like about 18 amateur fights or 13. Something like that.
Tank has got over 200.
Right. And then I look at the way Rolly throws his punches, his foot placement, don't get me wrong, he can punch because I saw some highlights and he had a guy, he looked like he bludgeoned him to death, but there's no technique there.
But let me ask you this, Lisa.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to power and overwhelming people, how much technique did Deontay Wilder have?
None. But at least Deontay Wilder, he wasn't well with him. Deontay didn't throw a whole lot of punches. He would just kind of set you up
When
for that
and
one
once
two.
he tried to overwhelm you, it was because you're already hurt. I will say
Right.
that.
That's when he would get wild. He would try to take you out. Yeah. But he doesn't. The last several fights I've seen him, he hasn't fought like that as much. So, he
Yeah.
used to get excited, then he would run over and throw those overhands or
Those
whatever.
are
But
yes, windmill punches. Yeah, so
right. But Deontay Wilder has good like when it comes to his eyesight, he can see what's going on. I noticed that. So he's just waiting, he's looking. So he's like a what do you call those people? Like a sniper. He's waiting to snipe you. And when he do, you know. But Deontay Wilder hasn't always had the best balance. I always thought it was because he was a little top heavy, but
He's
it's
very
way
top
better
heavy.
than Rolly's. But it's way better than Rolly's. That's terrible. That balance.
Uh,
That's what I just thought. It was just because he was like big arms and all of that, and just the legs. It just didn't balance out. But I could be wrong. But that's what I always thought.
oh, Lisa, I just made this bet on Rolly to win. I just made this bet right before you jumped on.
the
Ah,
push-ups, the push-ups.
yeah, the push-ups. The
Well, you about to be
push-ups.
getting them in, Tony, bro. You better get ready. You better get fit.
I, I'm gonna say this. I'm going out on a limb. I'm gonna say that Tank couldn't hurt little ass dwarf Cruz, and I don't think he's gonna be able to hurt Rolly. And if he can't hurt Rolly, I think Rolly can hurt Tank. And the
Okay.
problem, the problem with Tank is I think he's too emotionally involved in this fight to where he's going to try to knock out Rolly. And I think because of that, it's going to play to Rolly's advantage. He's going to give Rolly all the advantages he doesn't have. And I think when Tank tries to start pressing, he's going to get pressed and he's going to be too small. And I think he's just going to get overwhelmed by the size and the strength of Rolly. And like I said, I think Rolly could take his punches. Now in the rematch, Tank may get him, but I think in this first one, he's too
Rematch.
emotional for this fight.
What are you talking about? A rematch? There's a rematch for this?
If Tank loses, there's a rematch clause.
Oh. You think they trying to set Tank up to lose?
I, I don't know if they're trying to set him up or not, but I know this is his last fight with Mayweather. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, if I look at this the other way too, if this is a close fight, Rolly's gonna win because Mayweather's losing Tank. Tank's already said I'm walking away. And Rolly is signed with Mayweather. So it would only make sense that if it's a tight fight, Rolly's gonna become a star overnight.
Oh boy.
And the Mayweather business is going to keep on rolling. There's that aspect to it too that you have to look at. There's a strong possibility that Rolly's already ahead 2-3 points on the scorecards.
Hmm. I just don't see it. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I see Tank uppercutting him, either stopping him to the body or something.
But can he
Tank got
stop him?
fast hands too.
But can he stop him?
I mean,
I don't know.
Tony, you said something. You said, what'd you say? Tank is kind of like emotionally invested. Like, you sure Rolly's not after being pushed for, for as being flickered off the stage?
But that's what I'm saying. Like where Rolly got pushed off the stage from behind, that's telling me that Tank is too emotionally involved. He doesn't normally do stuff like that.
He pushed
And
Isaac. He pushed Isaac at the win as well. So, but
I
yeah,
don't
that's what
know,
I'm saying.
man.
I mean, like, it seemed to me that was kind of just like a light flicker push. It wasn't seem like, oh, I'm mad at you. Like, I'm really trying to push you off to hurt you. See, it was just like a light push. That's all. Probably just screwed him. That's all.
No, he was mad. He was mad.
You can tell he was really mad.
He was mad because Rolly flexed in front of him. Like he stood in front of him, put his elbows up in front of him, so he kind of pushed him out of the way. And then he happened to be on like the edge of the stage, so he fell off.
But you know what? Guess what happened? I remember like when Vargas was a pay to Vargas. who did the same thing. Vargas did the same thing to Zepeda. He flexed in front of him. Then when Zepeda tried to do the same thing, like the whole scuffle started. Like Vargas slapped his hand down and did this and that. Then then we all know what happened. We all know what happened. But yeah,
and you know what we know too. You know what we know too, AJ? Rolly's like a cat. He lands on his feet because when he went off the stage, he landed on both feet.
He did. I mean, but then again, it was like a foot and a half. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm saying, I was joking.
I don't know. I just don't think highly of him. His, I mean, he's funny and all, but I don't know. I gotta see it tonight. That's the only way I could tell. Yeah.
One thing if he gets knocked, if Rolly gets smoked, he's not going to talk right. He's going to lose his lisp after this. He's going to talk regular. I think this will.
Right. What you think, Smoke?
Yeah. I mean, you're very diplomatic in your descriptions. For me, I just think Rolly's a tomato can. I don't think he can fight. Not a tomato can, a tuna can, like a light snack, what's really funny is that for everyone talking about Rolly being like mentally challenged and maybe like retarded, it seems like he won the war of wits against Tank. So, I mean, I was watching.
He did make me laugh a lot at that press conference. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like Tank was looking kind of lost, didn't know what to say back and all this stuff. So I don't know, like. My kid, I watched it with my oldest son. Like I wanted to see if he wanted to watch the fight, so I had him watch the pre-fight, all the press conferences. I went all the way back to the fur coat shit, and yeah, he was like, yeah, I want to watch the fight now. Like Rolly kind of sold me on it, not Tank. I kind of like Rolly. Like okay, we also watched like highlights of the Yiggit fight. So yeah, I watched it with my kid and. But yeah, I don't think this is like you said, it's a mismatch. He doesn't belong in the same ring with him. Yeah, you're talking about a guy who has like 10 years more experience and is a special fighter versus a special needs fighter. Like, anyway.
Is that the same guy, Yidget? He was in the World Boxing Series and he fought Baranchik.
Yeah, Baranchik messed him up.
But Tank might be one of those special needs kids himself. Like,
yeah, let's be real, Smoke. Both Tank and fucking Rolly sound retarded when they talk.
I'm saying, and they're both strong as fuck. Like,
well,
it's like the battle of the retards.
Hi, Haplo.
You know what? Hey, Haplo. This guy had called one day.
I brought this up earlier. I don't think Tank is slow. I don't think Tank is slow at all. No, listen.
I'm not saying he's slow. He sounds slow when he talks.
Tank does not strike me as the brightest bulb in the box. I would just put it that way. It is what it is.
This guy had called Coach Malachi's show one day, and he was saying he knew his mother, Tank. He knew him growing up watching him. He said that he didn't have a whole lot of education. It might have been to maybe 8th and 9th grade. He got into his boxing. So that could play a part.
I think, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna defend Tank and say he's a scholar, right? But I don't think he's as slow as a lot of people think he is. What I think the problem is to me, when you see him on stage, because his whole career, Mayweather talked for him. He never got to speak. Every time he tried to say something, Mayweather would step over him, like Diddy in a Mace video. Like he just pushed his way in front of him and start talking. You know what I mean? Like
he was probably trying to like save Tank from looking stupid, though. You got to think. Like,
hold on.
You're representing somebody that sounds stupid. Like you're gonna jump in and be like, no, what he's really trying to say is this.
I hear that, but at the same time, when Tank talks, let me say it properly before I sound like a special needs kid. When Tank talks to me, you see him like look off to the side like I'm doing now. You see him freeze. You see him look at like the media, the cameras, and it's like he's nervous to speak. It's like he's trying too hard to gather his thoughts because he's nervous. He doesn't know how to speak under pressure. He doesn't know how to speak on the fly because he doesn't know exactly what he wants to say, how he wants to say it. I think it's just he doesn't have that aspect of his career. Like he was never allowed to talk, and now that when he's supposed to talk, it doesn't come as a second nature to him.
Tony, you know what it is? Wait, Tony, you know what it is? Like I think that like it. I mean, I think that you're actually onto something there because like it's funny because whenever he talks, who's always like on his right or left side grinning, like
Ellaby.
like Ellaby is like you better read the script, boy. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't know how to articulate himself, and that could come from
You saw what it was like when Conor McGregor and Floyd were talking, and we're talking about Floyd when he was a made man. Like Floyd is not the greatest intellect that fuck we've ever seen either. Like I'm just saying,
Smoke, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Like every other word out of Floyd's vocabulary is he's a hell of a fighter. So you know, like I mean,
he's a hell of a fighter. He's gonna be a great
everything Floyd says is scripted, and he says it. Floyd uses that recycled script everywhere he goes.
He's got boxing and shit talk. Like he's got gym rat shit talk.
Yeah.
Like you know, you're a bum, you're a can, I'm better, you're C plus, I'm A plus, like okay. I mean, yeah, we're not talking, we're not splitting the atoms here. Like anyway.
Also throwing I cooked Canelo when I was damn near 40. Yeah, he always says that now too, so
yeah.
Well, you know what? Then again, we don't know because when he talked with Warren Buffett, he may be a totally different person.
He just turns into like an intellectual Rhodes Scholar or something. When he's
exactly.
Well, you got to give him credit. Like when it comes to business, he obviously knows what he's doing because he made more money than any boxer before him and probably any boxer after him, like by far.
Really? Joe Blasters? Circus exhibitions?
How much is that is him and how much is that is Al Heyman? Because he'll tell you all day it's because of my team. Right? Like guys, like he is there have been guys that I've seen in my own with my own eyes that I feel like are better than Floyd, but did not have that kind of success.
So listen to this, Smoke. I looked up Al Heyman when he first started the PBC, right? Just to see what he was worth, to see what type of backing he'd actually have. Now, granted, there's investors and everything else, but I just wanted to see what he was because he was always in the background for Mayweather. He was only worth $10 million at the start of the PBC. So that tells me his advisorship that he was doing, being an advisor for Mayweather, really couldn't have been that great because he would have been worth a lot more money than 10 million when $1 billion plus had been made.
I'm gonna just tell you something. Like, unless you're these guys' accountants, you don't know how much they're worth. Like, all that shit is fucking game.
I'm just saying
that's like PR shit. And no, I got it. But I mean, but to then take that report and say that's the actual fact, it's like I don't know. Like what he was before that was Michael Jackson's like concert promoter. He was a concert promoter, guy, right?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like
I've been to a lot of his concerts.
Yeah, exactly. Could have made $10 million off of that. It's not like I'm saying that's not plausible. I'm just saying that before the PBC started, he was an executive for fucking Golden Boy, right? He was like he was part of that shit. So I don't know. Like his own financial advisor kind of stuff. Floyd wasn't even like that. Like I don't know. Floyd got his money after the Al Heyman fight. Like really, Floyd got his money with Al Heyman. They both got it together. Like it was the Pacquiao fight and the McGregor fight.
But also, didn't Floyd get the Showtime deal, exclusivity, and he made a lot of money over there too? Oh, that was part of that. Pacquiao fight was part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was like, I mean, that was also when PBC got started. I'm not trying to like, I don't know. I'm not saying the dude is like, I didn't say. I'm saying that he was a billionaire when he started the whole thing. Just
right.
It seemed to be that Floyd did not have the success, the financial success that he enjoyed until he got with Al Heyman.
That's until after he left. When he left Top Rank, So.
Yeah. I mean, because Al Heyman been around a long time. We don't know what type of investments he has, or he's a financial advisor, I'm assuming, right? I guess is that what he is?
He's a financial advisor. He's a boxing manager, and he is he runs a production company. That's PBC is a production company. Like they put on TV shows.
Right. Yeah. So he has
CEO.
get money from multiple different streams, and I wouldn't be surprised if he still don't make money from the music business.
Yeah, I mean, he's
From
got those
past
dates.
stuff.
That's really
Yeah.
where his forte is, like knowing the stadiums and the dates and the schedule for the
Right.
stadium. They can place fights. Like,
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's go around the
Because
panel real fast.
as Tony reviews, when I was coming up, and even into my adulthood, Al Heyman used to do these festivals. They were called the Budweiser Superfest. You may be too young to remember them. And they were
I
these
remember
all
Budweiser
day.
Superfest.
I remember
Oh, no, I'm
those.
talking about
I
Tony.
remember those, Lisa.
Yeah, they were all day festivals.
I don't know what the
and
Budweiser Superfest is. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They were all day festivals. He used to do those. And when I tell you
He
those
started
were
as a
some of the
concert
best
promoter, Tony.
those were some of the best concerts I ever been to. I remember that's when I first saw Rick James, and he scared me to death. I was 14 years old.
It scared me to death. I'm about to look it up.
It was
See
pretty
more of it.
scary. Rick James was no joke.
Yeah, like 1980, 81, right in there. Like, yeah, the girl, like that super freak shit, like killed the airwaves.
It was 1980, so I'm telling my age. I was terrified.
Unity.
Charlie, that was a week ago.
Cold blooded.
He's so cold blooded. Yeah, that shit was funny. That was funny. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, the true Hollywood stories. That was classic.
Bro, Rick James was like way ahead of his time, bro. He produced all kinds of people. Tina Marie, the fucking
Eddie
Mary
Murphy.
Jane girls.
Eddie Murphy.
Like fucking
Prince.
Eddie
Party
Murphy.
All the time, party all the time.
He had hits,
party.
bro. He was like a Dr. Dre before Dr. Dre.
Yeah, he's the one who introduced Prince. He launched Prince and shit on tour.
Yeah, Prince used to open
Yeah, I
up for him.
remember.
They say that
They don't like each other.
They said that Rick James was super jealous of Prince.
That's what they were
Prince
saying.
was
Yeah.
extremely talented. That was a talented.
No, he
person.
wasn't jealous of Prince, Smoke. Prince was taking shit that he was doing in his show and doing it in the opening act, and that's where he got mad because he would do certain things in his show, and then Prince would do it before he even came on, and he'd be like, "Dude, why are you fucking taking my shit?" That's what it was. It wasn't jealousy.
So a member of Rick James' band talked about how jealous he was because the girls liked Prince and how Rick James wanted to be the center of attention, all this shit. I'm not saying that fucking Prince is not a jacker because he is. Like that dude will definitely hear some shit, and then all of a sudden it was written by Prince. Like that. But there's some other thing that's going on also.
Prince had them girls though. That man had them girls for days.
Bro, Rick James had fucking girls before Prince even existed, bro.
Nah, man. Prince was on the.
Nah, Rick had the women too, because I remember.
Rick had the women, bro.
Super Freak put him on. Like I remember, man. Listen, my little middle school fucking chicks. Yeah, man, they were going off that shit. They were going, but then they were going off Prince too. When I got to junior high,
You know what the difference is? MTV wouldn't play Rick James, and they played Prince. That's where Prince took over.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because Prince was a pretty boy. Yeah.
Pancake bitches.
Yeah, he was a pretty boy. But when Prince came out with Vanity 6, what you call it had the Mary Jane Girls, but the Mary Jane Girls was a better group than Vanity 6.
Yeah, hey, Tony, you gonna? That's when I started eating pancakes. when Prince did that. I got hooked on pancakes.
Controversy was my first, the one I liked for Prince. I mean, he had the. I Want to Be a Lover killed that, like everybody.
That was bad. Yeah.
But Sony Walkman dropped, like that was the new tech, and I was I had that controversy fucking on Rewind. As cassette tapes.
It was the Walkman and it was MTV. MTV was like, people don't get how big that was when it came out.
Yeah.
Like, that was as
remember.
big as for our generation as the internet was for this generation.
Yeah,
AJ,
I remember.
This before our time, AJ.
Yeah, we the young heads up here. Yeah, I know. This is before.
No, but we telling you, like those artists back then, as big as these artists are today, those see the thing today is okay, they make money off of digital sales, right?
Yeah.
You know how much harder it was back then? You had to actually sell units.
That's
And
because,
these people were selling
like no
and these
social media
people
at
were
all.
selling no, but what I'm saying is they were selling albums. And then not only just the albums, when the CDs came out, you had the artwork that go with it. You don't have that no more.
Yeah.
But
Liner notes.
Yeah, it was because it was two things. The record labels made the money off the sales. You had to go out on the road to make your money, right? So these concerts. The artist fucking thing was the concert, and the record labels thing was the album. So they had two. It was like a partnership, and so the fan got two different works of art for real.
Yeah. They didn't have no Apple computer in the studio. Those people was going in the studios and they could use just a brush or something and make a sound. That's how it was. You know?
Yeah, but when
MTV,
when MTV became the
album
plan,
used to be there. Yeah.
When MTV became the thing, like video became the thing. Like before that that's why they had that song "Video Killed the Radio Star."
Killed the radio star.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter before that what you looked like or anything. It just mattered how good your music was. But when video came out and it became about MTV, anything that was on MTV blew up. And everything else looked like some old school shit. Just like right now, if you have something that's popping on the internet, like it trumps like shit from the past where it was about live performance and all that kind of shit.
But MTV changed the game so much that it was kind of like variety TV shows. You remember Solid Gold or like America's Top 10, like all
American
that shit.
Bandstand and all that.
Shit, you know, just so like all these outlets for your song to get out to the like public. But MTV like
don't forget about Soul Train now.
Well, Soul Train, those are the dance shows, right? So that was like bringing the concert to your living room kind of stuff. But the videos were a different thing. They were like more the promo for the app. Anyway, the issue with MTV was they only played a certain kind of music, and they would play the same.
They wouldn't play black artists
over
at
and
all.
over again. They played the same.
The first black artist they played was Shalimar. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, man, all I remember is
but
they
Rick James was fighting to fucking have them play black artists, and they blackballed him, and they put Michael Jackson and Prince instead of him, and that's when Michael Jackson and Prince became bigger than Rick James.
Man, that fucking Billie Jean fucking video, bro, that shit was on rotation on that shit. You couldn't go 20 minutes without seeing fucking that.
Dude,
Billie Jean
I used to fake sick. I used to fake sick to stay home from school just to watch fucking Prince 1999 and Billie Jean.
So this is what so just so you know, this is the sort of interest that Rolly versus Tank fucking garners. We're willing to talk about fucking MTV videos from dudes that are dead, right? Like MTV don't even fucking play. Do they even play videos anymore? They got 15 channels.
They
got a subset channel where they play just do play, but not on the main channel. No,
it's called. I see videos on this thing called Vivo.
Some MTV Jam. Yeah, I think it's something like that. So. I mean, what also made me laugh?
None of the people we're talking about are alive anymore. Prince.
All right, let me say this though. On that note, hey guys, on that note, Smoke. Hold up. On that note, we got the fight coming on in 25 minutes. I'm gonna watch it, so we're gonna end the stream here so I can charge this computer back up. But let's go around the panel. We're gonna go AJ, Smoke, Pablo, Lisa is gonna take us out. Who do y'all think's gonna win the fight and why? I'm gonna say my part first, and then Lisa's gonna close us out. So I'm gonna say, I want Tank Davis to win. I really do. I hope he wins, but I think he's just going to be too small, and he's going up against a bigger dude, and I think he's going to get overwhelmed because I think he's going to try to get the knockout and is going to play against him. AJ, go.
Yeah, me. I got Tank winning. I really don't honestly care who wins. This is just another BS fight from the wonderful PBC to please the boxing fans because they love us so much. So, but I got Tank winning. So that's how, yeah. So
I got Tank winning because Tank is because he can fight and Rolly can't.
Hablo, it's on you.
Yo, I got the exact opposite opinion of Tony as usual. Tony thinks like Tank should win, and that should be the case, but he thinks Rolly's going to win. I think it's opposite. I'd rather see Rolly win, but I think Tank's going to win by knockout. They're both retarded. Rolly is a little bit more retarded, I think, and that's what's working in his favor in this fight. He's too stupid to understand that he's like supposed to be under these bright lights and fucking be intimidated by Tank. I think he's dumb enough to fucking believe he can win, and that's his only chance. He's got a puncher's chance. And he might pull it off, bro. He's a live underdog. But like the smart pick here is Tank because he's more fundamentally sound, and that's my take.
All right, Lisa, take us out.
I have Tank by total decapitation in round 7. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be a body shot or uppercut or a barrage of punches, and the corner is gonna stop it. And Tank is just too skilled. He has a boxing IQ. He has a pedigree. It's a total mismatch. And I don't know why Mayweather Promotions is putting this on. Why are they going to do this to this kid?
Wait, Tony.
It is a Mando.
Yeah, Tony. Can I just add one more thing before you close it? I like Rolly's got one shot, and this is how I see it going. So, like, if he let's just say if he's getting battered, right? If he's like under a flurry, like a body, like a shots, and he's just getting overwhelmed, and there's any chance he might lose. All he has to do is just focus all his energies and do this. Yell this at the top of his lungs. and just roll like a huge Superman punch, and that's it. That's his only saving grace.
Bro, if he wins by that, you are the Oracle. If he doesn't,
listen, if Rolly outsmarts Tank, like that is the end of fucking Tank's thing. Like, yeah, man, I'm done. I'm so done.
I'm gonna dig my own grave. Okay, if that happens.
All right, y'all, we're gonna end it here so I can charge this up to get ready for the fight. I thank y'all for joining the panel and everybody else that was in the chat. Y'all
by the way, all right, Tony. By the way, Smoke, you know it's all love, man. I was just having fun with you before, but yeah,